Tuesday. I am so excited. We had this, little idea to do a little live stream for today. I think when the team suggested it, they probably figured maybe we would do, I don't know, an hour, maybe 2 max. And we're not. We're doing 8 hours and we're with you all day. We're super pumped. We have back-to-back guests, everything from comedians to influencers, celebrities, my oncologist. I've got some questions, so it's great. It saves me a lot of time having to commute over to Santa Monica. So we're going to be hopping in soon and talking, just so you all know. I don't know, an hour, maybe 2
If
you're here, we're not. We're doing 8 hours. You are probably already knowing what the link is. If you want to share that, though, with other friends, just have them text "We Got This" to 50155. And check out the website. You'll see a thermometer. We have a big goal because 3 years ago, when I was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer in the middle of my 5th round of chemo, I decided that I was feeling crappy and bored, and that could not be my whole experience. So I started a GoFundMe for the first nonprofit gift registry for cancer patients, which now exists, called WeGotThis.org, and we raised over $100,000. It was pretty amazing. And now, 3 years later, we're $100,000 away from hitting $1 million. Even less now. I think we're probably about 68,000 away, perhaps. So if you check out that website, you'll see the thermometer there. You'll also see, and this is foreshadowing to our first guest, but we have a Charity Buzz auction live right now with some really amazing things. The categories are pretty vast, like anything from signed chewed up baseballs from the Sandlot, which I personally think is really cool. There's Taylor Swift signed stuff, lots of sports memorabilia, but all the way to like crazy valuable statues. There's one I thought was really cool. It's like a bull and a bear, which I'm assuming represents the stock market. No big deal. I used to be a financial advisor. And then there's trips like Fiji, Antarctica. I know there's one being bid on now that's like in London and all these amazing places. And there's some really cool experiences like Porsche race experiences. I think there's a Lamborghini one. So check it out. Keep donating. All that will go to WeGotThis.org. Are we ready for our first guest?
I think we're ready for our first guest.
All right. I am very excited. Is the screen going to turn on for us?
Nope, we need another 2 seconds, Alyssa.
We need another 2 seconds.
Okay,
So
2 more seconds.
it's playing back in my...
This is
okay.
like just start.
All right. So this is my first time live streaming an 8-hour live stream podcast, telethon type thing. And so far, I think it's going pretty well. So thank you guys for being a part of it. If you're here right now, I don't expect you to sit for 8 hours the whole day. I mean, you can, and like you probably should. But if you can't, please feel free to log in and out. We're going to be here the whole time. So please, come check in, maybe, come back in a little bit later, maybe send it off to your friends. If you work at a major company and they do matches, a lot of times on Giving Tuesday, they do a 2-to-1 match. I know my former company, ADP, does. So if anyone out there works at one of those companies and wants to make a donation through Benevity, our legal name is You Got This Corp, because We Got This Corp was not available. So if you do need to search for it there, it should show up under WeGotThis.org, but just in case, search You Got This Corp, whatever you donate today. If your company matches, double matches, it makes a huge impact to us, and we really appreciate it. We're going to go into a ton of examples of how we've used this money, how we'll be using the future money, what the impact is on the cancer community, and we can't wait. So our first guest is a new friend of mine, Ben Irwin, who is actually the founder of Charity Buzz, the awesome online auction I was just telling you guys about. I've known Charity Buzz for years now. It's probably been about 8 or 9 years back from when I used to do marathons for Leukemia and Lymphoma Society with Team in Training. And I remember the first one I did with you guys was WWE tickets. We did for SmackDown, and we did a really cool VIP experience for a family, and it got me more than my minimum for that marathon that year. So it was great. So Ben, how's it going? I'm not hearing him in the ear. If we can. Yep.
One sec, Ben, if you can hear us.
You're looking good, though. You look good. They're going to
Ben can hear you. We just can't hear you, Ben. So 1 second.
Thanks for being our first one here. And Ben, we met recently. I was on a podcast with Eric Tash for Worthy for 30. Ben, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, there we go. I hear you now. How's it going?
It's going great. What about you?
I'm doing great. You know, it's definitely an exciting day. I'm excited we get to kick it off together. I heard you're in your podcasting era.
Yeah, I am. So I'm well versed in this right now. I'm very comfortable talking to people over Zoom.
I love that. So I know obviously Eric Tash, you're on Worthy for 30. What other podcasts lately have you been frequenting?
I did the Mac Business podcast. It was actually a buddy of mine, actually Matt Sheff. You know Matt, he's your
Of course.
contact here. His fraternity brother has a great podcast, just like interesting business stories. And we covered all different types of topics. I did one with give.org. I'm doing one called Growth Igniters next week. I've got a bunch of booked. It's interesting because they all have like a very different flavor and approach. Some just wing it. Some do pre-calls and a lot of planning. So you're kind of like getting a good little idea of what's going on out there.
I love it. You know, obviously we did a ton of pre-planning for this. This is highly scripted, so I appreciate you memorizing all the lines.
I'm reading the cue cards.
Yeah, exactly. I have like 3 bullets here. And the first one is I just want to check in on how your Thanksgiving is. Remind me where you're calling in from.
So I'm in New York right now. Our office is in Midtown, but I live in Connecticut, and all my family's in Connecticut. So it's super easy. We go to my in-laws, my family comes, everyone likes each other. It's like very convenient and chill. What about you?
That's great. I had a great time. I went home to Boston, visited some family, and then hopped back over here. We started decorating the set the past day or two, and it's pretty neat. This like normally is just a white seamless. So all this stuff was brought in by our team, Amber, Jillian, and Sarah, mainly built this, and I later named that, who you met recently, I know on our call. One thing we didn't talk about when we've spoken before, I'd love to hear more about, is how you started Charity Buzz, like how this idea came up for you.
Yeah, the idea was pretty novel. I mean, it's turned to something bigger, but it was going to charity galas and seeing, it was at the beginning of really the experience economy boom. You started to see more experiences being offered at these charity auctions. There was one, a fundraiser for the Clinton Library, and they surprised the audience with an auction to hang out with President Clinton. And, you know, there's decent bidding in the room, but the thought was there's people from all over the world that want to do this. Like, you guys are really limiting the amount of money you can raise by containing it to this small little room with people who just so happen to come here on a Tuesday night. What if we built a virtual stadium? Auctions are a numbers game, get more people involved. People want exclusive access to pretty cool places, people, and things, and people want to give to charity. And then we just learned so much about the charity community over the last 15 years, like what the day-to-day of a fundraiser, development director, the executive director is. Learned a lot more just about the entire charity sector, and we've built out a much larger marketplace and platform, and we've raised over $500 million in incremental funds since we launched. Because people like to do really cool stuff and people like to give back. So the synergy of those two is a pretty powerful thing.
That's amazing, and I love it so much. It aligns so much with what we do, because the whole idea of We Got This is that people want to help. And, you know, it's hard to ask for help, hard to receive help. Being able to just bring communities together in a bigger way on a virtual platform is hugely impactful. You guys have helped us so much, because exactly what you were saying with the Bill Clinton example is like, you know, we can have events. And in the past 3 years of my nonprofit experience, we've probably had too many events, as the team can attest to. I have a lot of fun at these events, but, you know, some events will crush it, you know, with online auctions or in-person auctions. And then sometimes you won't. And there's really no way of knowing. It's really hard to predict. And so every time that we've been with you guys, and I see it because I get the ads pop up on my Instagram and my Facebook and all that stuff, the reach that you have is so impactful. We actually did one last year for the Magic Castle. I brought a family to the Magic Castle. And it was really fun, I have to say, getting to go witness it myself, because I talked to them about how they interact with Charity Buzz. And they were saying how every time they go on their family vacation for the year, because he was from New York. It was a family, his parents, his 3 boys, and they always pick some kind of unique experience they couldn't get otherwise. And they always do it with you guys so that it goes towards a charity. And it was really neat getting to talk with them. We've stayed in touch. We've become friendly. So it was really a really cool experience. With all the things with Charity Buzz, what's like the weirdest thing you've ever auctioned?
So I have a deep psychological fear of snakes, to the point it doesn't make any sense how much I'm afraid of any snake whatsoever. Like, a practical joke of putting a snake anywhere around me is not funny. It's mean. It's like that deep. And like years and years ago, Justin Bieber went to an award show with his pet snake, and then he ended up donating it. So we housed it here in our office. It wasn't funny because we had like this big boa in the office, so scared to walk to the bathroom every day. We ended up donating it to a sanctuary instead of auctioning it off, because we realized pretty quickly that you shouldn't just be like selling animals. I think one of our partners was PETA at the time. That's probably the weirdest. The most surprising is during COVID, we kind of like fell into it. We started selling the opportunity for famous people to follow you on social media.
I noticed that, like Mark Cuban and things like that.
So I woke up one morning, and my morning ritual is I look at everything that's closing that day. What are the prices, different dashboards. And I saw Mark Cuban will follow you on Instagram, $5,000. Like, this is a scam. Like, somebody, it's fraudulent bidding. This can't be real. Who's going to pay $5,000? I called everyone, totally legit. Ended up selling for $32,000 that day. And then we went on to lean in, because during COVID, we're trying to figure out all these new ways to raise money, because no one's doing anything in real life. And we probably raised like $1 million just off social media follows.
People following you. And is the benefit of that, like, so when they go to Mark Cuban's Instagram, for instance, they see like he follows, Ben Irwin or something like that's.
Yeah, I think credibility, and then you can DM.
Oh, so then you can
open up a line of communication. But I think it's more like validation if you've got, an entrepreneur. I mean, even like you're going into a VC and pitching, you show that Mark Cuban follows you. He doesn't follow that many people. I'm sure people leveraged it in a whole bunch of different ways.
Amazing.
Yeah, but it's the same idea, because people said, I want to do this. It's new, it's unique. I've never seen this before. And I don't feel too bad about spending all this money because it's going to a good cause.
I love that. And I know if people do check out today on our page, our Charity Buzz auction has such an array of really neat stuff. We appreciate you guys hosting that so much. We're on the road to 1 million today. And it looks like with some of those bids in there, we're hoping we're going to hit it. So we're going to keep you posted. Yeah. Thank you so much for everything. Biggest question of the day. What would be your top item on a We Got This registry if you had one?
So I spent a lot of time on your registry because I wanted to pick stuff that you have, and you have a lot of really good options. So I'm thinking that I want to focus on like overall wellness. I want to feel good. I want to think positive thoughts. So I want the Hyper Ice muscle massager.
Oh yeah.
I want the subscription to Territory Foods because I'm going to want to be eating like super healthy. I don't want to have to cook. And then the meditation subscription from Safsani, because I think like your spirit and your frame of mind when dealing with a disease like cancer is paramount. So you got to make sure you're taking care of all three, and you've got all three covered.
You just set the bar so high for everyone else now today to answer.
Well,
that
Eric
question.
sent me a note to like check it out. So I was like, I got to spend some time on this.
Yeah. My husband has a good name, right? So, Eric, I'm sorry, Ben. We just talked about my husband. First one of the day, we're getting warmed up. Ben, I appreciate your time so much. I'm so glad that we've connected. I hope that we have many more conversations on strategy and fun fundraising stuff. You guys are helping just transform what philanthropic giving is through auctions, and it means a lot, not only to us at WeGotThis.org, but I think I can speak for the cancer community of the amount of advancements we get because of you. So thank you. Please say hi to Matt. Say hi to Justin Bieber's snake if you visit it ever.
Nope,
I'm sure you don't.
I won't do that. I won't do that.
But we really appreciate it. Have an awesome day. Keep tuning in. Make sure the office checks it out too, and we'll be in close contact with you guys. We got a lot going through the week, so if you guys do check out the Charity Buzz auction, there's some stuff that does close today, but a lot of it continues on. So let's just keep raising money and doing cool stuff. I really want to go see the Northern Lights. People need to check out that, and the Fiji trip looks amazing. So thank you, Ben. You rock. We will see you soon. Happy Giving Tuesday.
All right, awesome. Congrats. Have a good one. Bye.
Thank you. Take care. All right, we got our first one down. How we doing? Doing good. All right, I turned off the mic, which was one of my main instructions by Eric, my husband. Yes, thank you. All right, get to remove one of these cards that we're done with. Just throw it. Oh, look at this. Just like recklessly. No big deal. No big deal. All right. Well, this is already so much fun. So we've done one. Now let's do, 30, 40 more. So our next guest, I'd say, has quickly become one of my favorite humans to exist. We've done a lot of really weird stuff together. We'll talk to you about it and all the fun things. Please welcome my good friend, Grace Helbig. So cozy and festive. I love it. Yes. Oh my and feel free to get comfortable. We had Squishmallows donated. We'll talk about this a little bit more later too. We're going to be giving away a lot of Squishmallows today.
Yeah, I've been looking at the set, which is so fun. It makes me feel like I've been Honey, I Shrunk the Kid. Like, everything is huge, and I feel so petite next to it all.
You look great.
Thank
you know, when people are like, oh, like I have to do all these things.
Is that weird to hear or say?
You look great.
Yeah.
Yeah. As I said it, I was like, ah.
I do it all the time, and then I'm like, is that a wrong thing to say?
No,
I don't know.
You know, that's like a good point where people are like, oh, don't say this to cancer patients or that. And I'm like, ooh, I say that.
All of it. I say all of it, but I say it with a look behind my eyes that wonders if I should be saying it. So hopefully there's, they know the intentions.
Well, speaking of that, like you've been doing this stand-up comedy. I know you have another one coming up, like right here.
Yeah, literally we are next door to the Elysian Theater right now. And on December 19th at 8 p.m., I'll be doing an hour of comedy and storytelling that was all about my breast cancer experience. Yeah.
How awesome is that?
Yeah. You got to do something with that wacky experience.
When, like, at what point were you like, this is... like, I'm going to do this with the comedy piece?
Honestly, kind of right away. Like, I got diagnosed last summer, and then everything was just entered this, like, surreal, liminal, like, slow and fast-paced space that I was like, this is so absurd. Like, I have to make jokes about it through the process to get me through it. And then afterwards, it's like, well, that was so insane. I got to talk to somebody about it.
So let's talk to everyone.
Let me talk to everyone about it. And man, I'm just going to talk for an hour straight on stage. That's psychotic, honestly, when you think about it.
Well, you're used to talking. You've had your podcast how many years now?
Yeah, I've been podcasting for over a decade at this point.
It's amazing.
Crazy.
And I remember
you're doing an 8-hour podcast today, basically.
I figured like I haven't really hosted my own podcast before, so I might as well.
This is par for the course of Alyssa. When she hasn't done something before, she decides to do it, but to the most extreme version of that thing immediately.
We don't.
Yes,
confirmed by my husband.
Every single person here is nodding their heads in some way.
When you don't know what tomorrow brings, do it all today.
Write that in your book. That should be in there, I hope.
Yeah, I know. Words to live by.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in the experience, one thing I really wanted to ask you about, I'm like genuinely curious myself, is the whole cold capping experience.
Yeah, wacky.
And we were talking about hair. I know we were talking about like when it grows back so thick and all these things. But what was it like going through, one, the cold capping piece? Because you have to freeze your head.
Yeah, it's pretty bonkers. I mean, when you first get diagnosed, like I said, your whole world turns upside down. And it was incredible in a lot of ways that so many people were coming forward with either their own personal experiences or family or friends' experiences that they had information about, and were trying to give me so much support in such a great way. A friend of mine and fellow content creator named Taryn Southern, she had the exact same breast cancer diagnosis as me 4 years prior. Oh, wow. And she was, I was asking her a little about cold capping, and she's such a smart, analytic, vibrant person that she was like, actually, I have a Google Doc that recommends or goes through all the different companies and the pros and cons of all the data on all of it. If you want to look at it, I was like, why not? And it was really helpful to kind of make a decision whether to try it or not, because it is like an added expense, but you can also, you know, figure out through the health insurance rigmarole if it works.
Totally.
But the experience itself was kind of a gamble. So it was like, here we go. I'm going to go put this air conditioner on my head.
And you looked great in it.
I felt,
Again, you look great.
Honestly, it's such a surreal, like you're so hopped up on your steroids before you go into your chemo.
That IV Benadryl drip.
Oh, love it. And when they put the cap on you, you're like, why not? This is really transporting me to another world right now. And also gives you something to kind of like focus or not focus on while you're getting your chemo, which can be a little like emotionally overwhelming. But I didn't realize until after my chemo how loud the machine actually was for me the whole time, that I went back to the same oncology facility to get hormone therapy after the fact. And I didn't have to cold cap during that.
You're like, can I hear a pin drop?
Literally. I texted my husband. I was like, it is silent. Was it like this the whole time? He's like, yeah, you were screaming like the whole time, every time you did chemo. But everyone was like, look at her.
We're not going to say anything. She's a hero.
Yeah. She's trying to keep that hair.
What I will say, in all seriousness, and I don't mean to take this because I am going to ask you, you know, what would be some of the things you would register for.
Yeah.
But with cold capping as kind of a financial solution, patients can ask for donations on their registries. So that's saying that, like, in the description, they could put, like, I'd like to cold cap.
Amazing.
It's, you know, a non-covered insurance expense.
Yeah.
And people can contribute towards that rather than paying, like, the whole, like, $500 for each treatment or things like that.
It's amazing. I mean, that's kind of what my parents were very adamant about, wanting to help in some financial way. So my dad was like, we are paying for your cold capping because I need to feel like a father that's contributing to her daughter's experience with breast cancer positively. But that's incredible that that's on the registry.
Well, and that's like so great too, because then your parents get to like understand a piece.
Yeah.
And then you don't feel like they're just like giving you charity. It's like they're a part of something that's like making a difference to your experience by trying to keep your hair.
And that's the thing, is that everyone, I mean, that's the whole kind of, you know, inception of We Got This, is that people want to help, but they don't know how to make their help matter to you in a way that's like tangible and actually helpful.
Yeah, and without like asking, because there's unintentional burden.
Yeah.
And again, just like, oh, you look great, or those types of comments, when people do get diagnosed, I find myself like deleting and retyping my text too.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, I'm texting them what I didn't want someone to text me.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's hard, like even going through it, we don't know what people need. We also don't know what people want or not want.
Right.
So what would you want? Like, what would you put on your registry if you were going through treatment today?
Well, it was interesting. A lot of people told me, and they didn't want to like reduce the experience of chemo, but they were like, it's like the worst hangover you've ever had.
Yeah.
And at that point in my life, I was very experienced having hangovers. And so I was like, okay, I can understand it in these terms. Yeah. So when you think about it that way, you're like, I need anti-nausea things, I need hot things, cold things, like a cold wrap for my head or a hot wrap for my head or a heating pad. Cooling sheets were really great. Just regulating body temperature in different ways was like what I kind of looked for, different products for that. And everyone wants to give you socks and blankets, like you say, but that's great.
Yeah.
And then you have socks and blankets. Like I can only wear one blanket and one pair of socks at a
time. And like when you get so many, I feel like it gives you a little bit of freedom to be a little bougie about it.
Yeah.
Like if I'm getting a million socks, like I don't know that I want like those cheap socks that are like going to irritate my feet.
100%.
So then you start wanting to be more selective, that even if it is socks and blankets you're registering for.
Yeah.
It's funny, we have a cooling comforter now.
Yeah.
And my daughter loves it so much that for Black Friday, I ordered her own.
They're great. You don't need to have cancer to love cooling products.
Most of the things are really great in life too.
Yeah.
And the reason why I think that that's important is, one, because hopefully you're not going through the treacherous parts of treatment forever.
Yeah.
Right? And within that, it's like some of these things like these really cool port shirts now or other stuff.
Yeah, that was huge actually. Getting a couple port zip-up hoodies that just had access to my port was in my arm.
Oh yeah, your port was in your arm. Yeah.
Yeah, and so the nurses, when I went, every 3 weeks, they were like, "Where did you get this? I want to recommend it." And it was just on Amazon and super cheap. And now it like hangs in the back of my closet as like I can't get rid of it because it's so deeply sentimental. But I also don't love looking at it directly.
Speaking of sentimental port things, we talked about you got your port removed.
Yes.
And they offered, yes. And for those who don't know, a port, I have one right here in my chest, and it's really amazing because, I mean, it's very weird. It gets put in, and it's like a catheter that goes into your jugular, or in your case, up to your arm, and it allows, them to have access every time instead of having to find veins and things like that. But you were telling me about getting it removed, and they made you a pretty enticing offer, right?
Yeah, they asked if I wanted to see it, which doctors do a lot. They take things out of your body and then they ask you if you want to see it. And the answer for me is always no. It's an always no. Like when I did my first biopsy, the doctor was like, "Do you want to see it?" afterwards of the
I've
samples.
never been offered that.
She had a strange bedside manner in general, in hindsight. So, the only other thing she really said to me during that biopsy when she first came in was, "Oh, when I got diagnosed 5 years ago, it was in that same spot." And I was like, okay, here we go.
Twinsies.
I didn't want to see it because it did freak me out a little bit, the port, because it's like a medical device that is embedded under your skin that you just live 24 hours a day with.
Did you see it before they put it in?
No.
Oh, I have like pictures.
Oh.
I have like a selfie with, I just got my eyebrows microbladed. I was like really feeling myself, to be honest.
Yeah.
Holding the little port, like...
See, I didn't want, because I get freaked out by needles, so I was this process is going to be a little tough for old Helbig, so I just need to avoid looking at the things I don't need to look at. And then at the end, my husband was like, "You didn't look at it?" And I was like, "No." And then he showed me a Google image. He's like, "This is what it was in your arm." And I almost threw up. I was like, if I did look at that, I would have thrown up on the table and died from choking on my own vomit.
So your husband, who knows you so well, knew that would like really bother you. And he was like, hey, Grace.
He was like, "I don't think you understand what's in your arm," which was true. And that worked for me to get through the process. So he was like, "No, this has been in there the whole time." I was like, that is nasty. Wow.
Well, no, your husband's amazing. I love him. And in addition to him, I'm sure that Mamrie's been a huge support for you too. You guys probably spend your work wife, or I don't know what you would refer to her as. You guys spend so much time together too.
We've had a podcast forever called This Might Get Weird, and it was so awesome to be able to continue to record that during chemo when I could. We sort of planned accordingly around like when I would feel good enough, and we would bank episodes ahead of time. And so it was so nice to just have this grounding thing that felt like normal and also like lighthearted, and also to be able to like share directly the experience I was having, because I was like, I need to process this somehow. It's so surreal that being able to talk about it was really helpful. And it was just like, so she had never experienced someone this close to her having something like this. So it was kind of a learning curve, I think, for both of us to figure out, like, she was so supportive, and to figure out for me, like, how I needed support. That was one of the biggest things.
It was probably so, like, I would think comforting for her to get to be a part of this thing that was like so comforting for you. Yeah,
I mean, she got me immediately. One of my favorite pieces of clothing that I had before all of this was called a comfy, which is basically a blanket that's a sweatshirt.
The dream.
Yeah, truly a dream article of clothing, high fashion. And she got me a leopard print one with an arm port access, like specially sewn in to the side of it. It was like so incredibly thoughtful.
Wow, that is really cool.
Yeah, so she's incredibly creative and a great gift giver. And it was so nice to have that support the whole time, because it is so bizarre.
Did anyone tell you like, oh, slow down, you don't have to do that or whatever? Or people
I mean, that was kind of the nice thing too, is that everyone was like, you don't have to do anything that you don't want to do if you don't want to. And I was like, whoa, I've never had this much like freedom, even though I feel like garbage.
It had like an adverse effect for me, if you haven't noticed.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's like, slow down. I'm like,
Seriously, but it is inspiring.
Yeah.
Because it does keep, I think, like an idle mind during that experience can be very detrimental to like your attitude and to like your general wellness throughout it. So being able to stay busy and stay positive and silly throughout it was so important.
That's a great segue into, I texted you yesterday.
Yeah, I forgot about this. Okay.
I said I had a surprise. I said it's not adventurous.
Okay. No, you said literally, I think I got the best surprise I've ever gotten.
The best yet. Now Grace and I we've gone skydiving. Not skydiving. We should. No. We've rappelled off a building.
Which is basically
with
like
CSCLA.
skydiving light.
Yeah. The first time we hung out, I brought you one of these championship belts.
Yep.
You know, we've done some cool stuff. But have we ever been in the same room while wearing necklaces of ourselves?
This is so stupid.
So I did not ask for this. I did not order this. Our good friends at Trophy Smack went ahead.
So sexy in yours. Wow.
This was the hearse picture outside the Crow that we took.
That is such a cancer patient sentence.
They did not ask for a headshot. This was selected.
Amazing.
You look great, Grace, on your necklace.
Oh, so fun.
This was unexpected.
This I did not, honestly, I had no idea what to expect. At this point, I was like, just say yes and we'll see what happens.
Well, so producers, can we overlap this a bit? Because I have I'm going to bring in Glozell, who's next, right? Annie's next.
Annie!
Glozell's next. Yeah. Woo-hoo! So Glozell, whenever you're comfortable, come on over here.
Glozell!
In this package, I don't know what it is. Ever since we've rappelled off a building, everyone just views us, I think, differently. Clearly as champions. What's up, Glozell? Never shook hands. I love you.
I've known Grace for like 20 years.
I know.
I know.
Microphone down there?
Oh, yeah.
Potentially?
Oh.
Yeah, grab that mic. Sorry, this was unplanned. Sorry, guys.
I feel like this is going to happen throughout the day.
Just one goes out. You don't need to.
So, again, unprompted, they sent this package, and obviously it has a Glozell necklace.
Yes.
Now they're like, don't use a microphone. Screaming. I'm so excited.
So,
I want to thank God, my mom, everyone for being here.
It really, it feels so right.
Now everyone's going to expect one.
Everyone's going to expect. So that's why I want to preface. Like, I didn't order this. We are going to talk to Dax later, one of the founders of Trophy Smack. And
do I leave though now? It's still
no, you can stay.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
sub in, sub out.
We'll close it out. Grace doesn't have to do like an Irish goodbye or anything.
Just slowly crawl up.
Like meltdown. Yeah, but no, we've had so much fun together. It was actually Glozell. So people tagged us in your post on Instagram when you posted like recommendations.
Yes.
And she made a joke like, can't we just have a registry for cancer patients? And we're like, ding, ding, ding. So people tagged us in that.
Yeah.
And then I commented, I messaged you. I mean, I was aggressive. But you never know. I mean, you have a lot of followers. Like I miss messages and I don't have nearly as many followers as you. So I messaged Glozell and I'm like, okay, you must know Grace. I see you guys follow each other. And Glozell was like, oh yeah, I'll message her. So I'm thinking she's gonna send Grace a message, you know. She makes a story, posts a story like, hey Glozell, it's Grace. Check out message to my friend Alyssa.
Hey, Glozell is Grace. That's what I said.
Hey Grace, it's Glozell. You know, I'm in chemo.
I was like, why did Glozell tag me in a story right now? What could this possibly be?
Are we meeting up at the YouTube space later?
Right.
Like, what is happening?
Never
and
again.
It was amazing. And not only are you both just such incredible people, but like, I'll always remember that from that message. I mean, one, you could have just messaged and been like, oh, great, I'll share about your nonprofit. We got on a Zoom call on Super Bowl Sunday. We talked for like over an hour.
Yeah, it's like sometimes you just get, I guess like one of the things in the process of this like whole treatment was like you learn to trust your instincts in a different way, or you just like listen to your gut.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, there's something about this person that I really want to get to know. And it's been like amazing ever since. And here we are.
Let's keep doing it. Remind us, when's your show next door again?
Next door at the Elysian Theater, December 19th at 8 p.m.
I think Glozell and I, we're going to be there probably, right?
hell
We
yeah.
really want to come, and you need to do more shows though.
This is in hopes of doing more shows. This is trying to get the polish on it. So,
Can't wait.
yeah.
Thank you so much for
Thank you guys.
coming to yet another thing.
Yay!
Sometime we'll like just hang out.
I know. I gotta bring you gifts now. Bye, Closell.
Bye-bye. I want to do your podcast.
I know.
Yeah. Well, you were on it recently. They talked about that time that you
Yes.
landed off the fire pole.
Yes, and they laughed through the whole thing.
Well, the thing that I love about you is like you are just down. Like you were so much fun. I mean, Glozell came over recently. Oh, it looks so good.
This is my favorite thing. I didn't know I needed a necklace of my face and
you
watch.
did.
And I'm going to be wearing this everywhere.
I love it. Thank you, Trophies Night. We have like a lot of bling here from Trophies Night. I showed you this. My goat trophy.
I saw this at your house when I babysat your beautiful child.
Yeah, so the last time Glozell came over, she came with Ozell. And what I want to say is, one, Glozell and Ozell are the best babysitters on earth. It was hilarious. You get like in real time updates.
Yes.
And they're not just
It's
like
your child.
they're not just like
So,
regular
yes.
selfies. Like my 4-year-old and Ozell are doing like handstands against the wall. They had like, and then when I got home, you guys were fake sleeping. It was a blast.
I needed you to know why your house was going to be tore up
Yeah.
in real time.
I wouldn't have expected anything less.
Yeah.
And you're welcome back.
Thank you,
24/7.
thank you.
But what I loved about that genuinely is the way that you offered the help makes a huge difference. And it's like a big reason of how we sparked this whole idea for We Got This is a lot of people send those texts like, how can I help? What can I do? And again, I was just saying this with Grace, how like I'm guilty of that sometimes, you know what I say? And you sent me a text like, hey, this is not an empty offer.
You're right.
We want to hang with your daughter.
Yes.
You and Eric go out. We want to
Yes.
hang out with her. And
Yes.
honestly, I didn't question it because my daughter's so much fun.
She is.
And
Your daughter.
yeah, every time, if I even start to say your name, Ellie, like, she could be a mile away and be like, what? And she'll always say, is it the grown-up one or the kid one? Because, you know, Glozell, Ozell.
And we don't know which one that is.
It's one
because
and the same.
My daughter is way more mature than I am.
It's like, it's pretty true.
Way more mature than I am.
But like more mature than me, more mature than
We're
most
the ghetto
people I've
Gimmo
met.
girls. Like, she is like giving me dating advice. Like, for real. Like, okay, so
Yeah.
awesome.
So other than just like coming with me on crazy adventures, what have you been up to lately? Like, tell us about all the things.
Well, I mean, with you, it's always something. Like, I am still going strong with a guy that I went on a date with.
Wait, the first date?
Yes.
Okay, wait, explain. Tell them what this means. Like the first date.
We were supposed to go to a breakfast date. And I'm like, well, you know, there's an event that I'm going to later on. But however, I won't really be with you because I'm going to be working the event. And, oh, by the way, it's comedy. However, it's cancer comedy. He's
This
like, what?
was
I'm
an
like, it's
entire cancer comedy
cancer
night.
comedy. And he showed up.
And he was he's handsome.
Oh, really? I wasn't sure.
Really?
I wasn't sure because he's not really.
You guys were there. He's handsome. Glozell's date?
Oh, really?
I had no idea. I didn't know who you were bringing. You just last minute were like, okay, I'll see you later. Can I bring a date? Cool. I'm like, of course, bring anyone you want ever. And this was my pre-sale book launch.
Yes.
You were like working the
He was
pre-party
like by
with
himself.
everyone. He was making friends.
Yeah, he had to. Like,
But honestly, don't waste time. Like, bring someone to your friend with cancer's event and you see if
Exactly.
it's going to work.
if he couldn't fit in there, then he wasn't gonna fit in
Yeah.
because
Luckily, we have a lot of events, but you might not even need him. Like, maybe this is the dude. We got a double date soon.
Look, I would love that. Well, who would watch the kids? You know.
Ozell's pretty
Yes,
self-sufficient.
I also wanted to mention before you kick me off this couch is that first of all, okay, I always feel this sense of, you know, like don't cry because I just think you're so great and so amazing. So I'm gonna try it. I'm just not gonna look at it. I'm just gonna look up in the sky. Okay, so I've started these gummies and mushroom gummies, by the way.
Ooh.
And everyone's like,
We
"Whoa,
got,
good,
yeah,
good."
we've got some fans
And
here.
because, okay, I'm trying to make this a short story, but one of my favorite holiday songs is The Little Drummer Boy. And it's because he did not have like a lot of money, but he had his talent. And so that's how and I'm looking up because I'm not gonna cry. Because I was like, well, I can babysit. What can I do? Because it's not money, you know. However, now with the gummies, a percentage of my gummies is gonna go to We Got This.
Oh my God!
And I'm so happy to finally be able to give something to you money-wise.
Finally, oh, you are amazing. We didn't know that. That's That's a complete surprise.
So thank you. I mean, I met so many great people. I've been on so many great trips. I've had the best time of my life with you. And I'm like, oh gosh, I wish that I could, finally give her some. So that's the best I can do right now.
I mean, one, that's amazing. You mean the world to me, and that's such a kind gesture. You have no idea the value of what you've given to me and the cancer community, and we got this. I mean, when she says traveling, like, we were in Massachusetts for my hometown golf tournament we do each year. Yes. We were like going through Salem. Like, we don't just like go do something. We do it big, and I just am so grateful to know you and get to know you. We we text back and forth like, I'm just better with you. I love you. And I just love it. You make people so happy. Oh, thank you. And I know our whole team, because I think that each of us have like traveled separately with you. Like on the way, I think you traveled with Amber on the way to Boston, home with Jillian. We've gone to Children's Hospital in Orange County together. Yes, we did. You were Bruce Calver's assistant, who he's going to be doing some magic later virtually for us. Good. Yeah, and we did, so many amazing things. But I have to say, I mean, we live in LA. We're Hollywood. There's a lot of celebrities. I have never seen someone get as recognized as Glozell. Like, you could be at LAX or at Logan. I mean, you could be in an alley, like in the middle of nowhere, like in a cemetery in Salem, Mass. And they were like, all the witches in Salem knew Glozell. They did. Yeah, that was great. You were just like, you're so gracious and kind to everyone. I just think that the world of you. Thank you so much for everything.
I'm not leaving yet.
No.
I just wanted to say, maybe I can plead the Facebook, because I put on there I'm jumping off a building for charity, and they have kicked me off of Facebook, and I've not been on.
What?
Because they thought I was trying to kill myself. And I have people think that I blocked them. I'm like, no, I'm in Facebook jail since before we jumped.
Okay, so if anyone from Meta is watching,
get back on my Facebook.
So free Glozell. I can just give the full disclosure that day we repelled very safely off a building. I was scared. Yeah, with Cancer Support Communities Los Angeles, at the Andes Hotel in West Hollywood. It was very safe. They let cancer people do it.
It's been months, right? Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have to figure that out for you. We definitely have some. We'll check in with all the social media managers and all the people to figure that out. You're amazing. Think of what thing we're gonna do next. And
you said skydiving. No.
Well, we gotta mix it up.
Maybe
you have an idea?
Water. Maybe go down.
Oh, Katie's gonna. Okay, we're gonna talk about that later then. I love it.
Yeah, maybe down in the water. Maybe scuba dive.
Oh yeah. I have my scuba diving license. Fun fact.
Or in some kind of submarine or something.
That would scare me more. Swim with sharks.
It's always somebody that's white, and then there's extra white, and that's what that was. Go swimming with. No, we're not doing that. I say water, she say sharks. No.
Do me a favor. No. Don't put any of these ideas on social media.
Never again.
I don't want anything to be risked. You just shoot me a text. Yes, we will talk it through. We will make sure that the interwebs know that you are safe. Glozell is safe, but free her from Facebook jail.
Please. Okay.
Appreciate you so much.
Thank you. Love you. And I love
Trophy Smack. Oh,
is it waterproof? Because I want to shower with this. I want to.
Yeah. If it gets messed up, I'll get you another one.
I'm just saying.
Push the limits. Push the limits.
There we go. Thank you. Love you. Love you. Love you.
Love you, Glozell.
Bye.
Thank you. All right. Whoa, we are off to that is the end of the face chain, so I don't want to give anyone any misleading things. Sorry. I know. Well, so I didn't throw. Okay, so I'm just gonna toss this. There goes Grace's car. There goes Glozell's. I barely even need it. I just know these people so well.
Oh, I left my phone. Just a minute.
We own it. We own it now. I can't believe Glozell donated her phone to charity. So yeah, head on Charity Buzz. You get all the contacts in Glozell's phone. She's good friends with Kel Mitchell. I'm a big fan. Good burger. So, I mean, we'll see what that goes for. Maybe she'll autograph it too. But thank you so much. Love Glozell. So while we're talking about rappelling off buildings, not jumping off of them, there was a fourth member of this endeavor. She's wearing her cape today. She's a 9-year metastatic breast cancer thriver. My dear friend, fellow thriver, Annie Bond. Come on out here.
Hi. Wow, look at your living room.
Right? These were the capes we made while rappelling off the Andaz Hotel very safely with cancer support
Very
communities in Los
safely.
Angeles.
What's wrong with Facebook?
Have you? I mean,
Free Glozell.
I know.
Please.
YouTube would never do that to her.
No, but TikTok would.
Yeah.
They'd be like, "What'd you say?
Yeah.
You weren't speaking in codes. You can only speak in TikTok in codes."
I don't understand it. You're TikTok famous. You are.
Yeah, sure.
There's no one I enjoy watching get scanned more than Annie. We've all been talking about how much joy this brought us. So I would really love for you to explain about the recent, what cats and your scans, kind of the connection
Oh,
there.
yeah. Well, scanxiety is a fun thing that so many people get to experience. And I just get generalized anxiety as well. So I'm an anxious girly. So give me some of those gummies, Glozell.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
Open my mind. I'll still be anxious, but happier. So I was feeling, I had my CT scan, my bone scan coming up, and I was thinking about my little body in the machine. And I was like, I wonder what it looks like when a cat gets a CAT scan. And so then that led me down a hole of like finding the fish. They put in a little sponge, and then they put it through a little sponge so it doesn't die, I guess, because they need water.
Yeah.
And the little hamster, they wrap it up like a mummy, and then they put them down on the machine. You could see like a lion and a gorilla, and it's really cool. Listen, I'm very easily amused. But,
I mean,
it really helped because then I
so
was getting my
on brand for
scan.
you. Yeah, and like you take something that is stereotypically and very factually scary, and you find some way to make it like extremely fun and cute. Like
Thank
that,
you.
it really was
That's
wonderful.
the only way I can get by.
I know.
So I'm like, this hospital seems weird. Let me make a weird joke. Like yesterday, I got an MRI. And they're like, what kind of music do you want? And usually I'd be like, oh, like Patsy Cline or like Taylor Swift. And I go, could you please play the Wicked movie soundtrack?
Yes.
So I'm in the MRI machine. It's like, no one mourns the wicked. I'm like, yes, give it to me.
I love that. They don't always let me have music.
You can barely hear it.
I
And then they
know.
wouldn't play it the whole first half of the MRI when you're like holding your breath. So then I got nervous. I was like, wait, should I ask if the music is coming on? But then I got nervous about holding my breath because it's a little bit longer in the MRI than in the CT scan. I forgot about that. So I'm sitting there. My anxiety is going, you're going to die. You can't breathe. So I'm listening to the sounds and I go, oh, it sounds like there's weird little aliens talking to me. So why don't I pretend that I'm listening to them like show me their talents and that if I breathe during it, they're going to kill my dog. I was like, that'll motivate me to be able to hold my breath.
Annie
so
loves
is it
dogs.
cute, the things that I imagine, or is it weird?
So along those lines,
It worked.
it
though.
worked. It
did
worked. So we
yeah.
originally met through a friend of yours at UCB.
Yeah.
With Eric, right, and the whole comedy world.
Well, and I was going on Let's Make a Deal with
Yes.
Glozell's husband, Wayne Brady.
Yes.
And so I went to watch an episode from before, and it was your episode. And my dream is to go to New Zealand. I'm going to go next year for my 10-year diagnosis
Yes.
anniversary. I'm going to Hobbiton.
Oh yeah.
And that was like on there. But I was watching, I was like, this girl is wearing this cool giant noggin.
Giant noggin.
It's like, they're
Noggin bug.
funny. I was like, this organization she's founded sounds so cool. I was like, man, I wish we could be friends. And then our mutual friend Sam was like, oh, you should be friends with my friend's wife. And I was like, why? And he starts describing you. I go, no, I know her. It's like, I know her from Let's Make a Deal. That's the name of the show, right?
Let's Make a Deal. Yes.
Oh my God,
Yes.
I keep getting it wrong. I
Did
keep
you
saying
end- did you
Deal or
end
No
up-
Deal.
Did
Price
you end
is
up
Right.
winning something? Let's Make a Deal.
Yes, I won a bedroom set that I ended up not being able to take.
Yeah. I ended up not
and
being able
two
to.
free trips to Yamava, which we have gone once, and I don't think we're gonna get to the last
Okay,
one. by
I am
the end of the
so
year.
impressed by Yamava. They get
It's a wild
crazy
place.
shows.
There was
Like,
an earthquake when we were there. We
Wow.
got to the pool, and then there was an earthquake.
what have you not lived through?
Yeah,
Right?
a lot, actually. There are many more options. I don't need them.
Yeah.
I'd love to live through. Oh no, she won the lottery.
Aw.
Too bad.
I commit to you now that if I won the lottery, I don't really play ever. But if
Oh,
I
me
did,
either.
I would totally split it with you.
If I did win the lottery, though, I would just put all the money into finding out how to make dogs live longer. And I'd be like, wait, no, breast cancer. Oops. And then there I go. What do you know? I'd be like, the dogs.
The world needs more Annies.
I want both. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
more Alyssa's. Look at this cool trophy. I like the trophy.
I mean, this goat line from Trophy Smack I really like. I like the whole idea of just embracing goats.
Yeah,
you know,
I
one we
embrace a
like
goat.
animals,
That
but
sounds
just
nice.
the greatest of all time. I think that you
Can
should
we do
feel
that
like a
instead of
champ.
skydiving? Can we just embrace goats?
Yeah, well, you could do like goat yoga or something.
Goat embracing.
Embracing.
So you just hug until they start gnawing on your hair.
I mean, literally
That's good.
anything you want to do. I love hanging out with you. I think that we've cracked the code on like how we can regularly hang out in my bed together.
We did, yeah, because I'm a cozy gal.
Yeah,
because
I'm
I'm
cozy
anxious,
too.
We like to
Yes.
be cozy.
So like
and
squishmallows, you know, comfortable clothing, all this stuff. You had this idea for a podcast.
Yeah, because I realized after I got cancer that every movie is about cancer.
Yeah.
Literally, every movie, every TV show at some point, even movies you don't quite expect to be about cancer are about cancer. I can truly make anything about cancer because it's just how my brain works now. Even Wicked, I was like, this is kind of about cancer, isn't it? It's like, wait a minute. But yeah, I wanted to start a podcast where we talk about cancer movies as cancer survivors and kind of revisit some of the ones like maybe like A Walk to Remember.
Yes.
Which is a great one.
Waterworks.
And so we're talking, and you're like, yeah, that sounds cool. I want to also do that. And I was like, I don't want to do it alone because that's boring. And then I'll just say weird stuff. And then there's aliens doing a talent show, and this is how to get through an MRI. So we've started a podcast. It's called Not Another Cancer Movie Podcast. It's me and Alyssa. We're going to have guests. It's going to be a good time. We've done one episode so far, more coming. So stay tuned.
Yeah, it's not out yet. We're gonna be releasing it soon, but I mean, honestly, we could never release it, and I still want to do it every week because it's so much fun hanging out with you.
And also, like, there isn't enough happy stuff directed toward cancer survivors. Like, there's tons of like way high up here inspirational, or like way down low here sad. And I'm like, where's the middle stuff where we can just like talk about experience and like laugh? And I think even, you know, I've been editing our first episode, and even in listening to it, I'm thinking to myself, like, first of all, I'm thinking Annie needs to shut up sometimes. So if you also think that listening to the first episode, it's okay. I'm a middle child. I need attention and validation. But
Your
I was
voice
like,
soothes me.
Thank you. But it's just nice to know that like we could also, like, I think even if you don't have cancer and you're listening to it or watching it, you will also be able to watch it. You'd be like, oh wow, that's so interesting. Like, I didn't think about it from the cancer survivor's perspective of a cancer experience.
Yeah, I feel like the prompt of the movie keeps it really fun, and it's been really fun rewatching a lot of movies and things, and some that I haven't seen before. But then it sparks like conversation that I think that anyone affected by cancer, you know, you might be able to relate to some things we say more, but like I think for anyone, it's a good time. I'm biased, but we're pretty fun to hang out with.
I think we're pretty fun to hang out with.
I can't let another day go by without you also having a surprise.
Oh, a surprise!
Yeah. Okay.
I get a surprise.
Okay. I can't make this like I don't have enough surprises for everyone coming today. I do not have your face on a chain.
You have to rappel off a building first before you get a prize from Alyssa. Yeah. But don't tell Facebook or they'll kick you off forever. Oh my God. Yeah. Speaking of a goat.
You are the goat too. Oh my God. Yes. Yes, right? Right?
Oh my God, I love this. You're so sweet.
Of course, requirement. Annie's coming with me to chemo tomorrow, so you do have to wear that.
I will. I already wore this
I'll
cape.
wear my "We Got This" one or my face alternate.
I brought this to my MRI, and then I was like, "Do you mind taking a video of me in my cape after the MRI?" And they're like, "Yeah." And then they're just standing there, like, "Just do your thing." So it's just like dancing.
You can see it on your story right now.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
And then you can also see how you can donate to We Got This. Because if you're watching this, you haven't donated yet. What are you doing?
You should text.
What are you doing?
We Got This to 50155. We have some big goals. We're doing lots of really fun stuff. We're going to talk more about all things we've done, all things we're going to do. This is just the beginning for Annie and I.
Oh, yeah.
Annie's like my cancer mentor 9 years out, right?
Oh, not mentor. No, I feel like you are my mentor, honestly.
I'm like a novice.
Yeah. I will just say, you know, it's so scary when you're first diagnosed to make cancer friends, because you're just like, I don't know, like it's weird to make friends in general, but especially when you're like, are we just going to talk about cancer all the time or this and that? And I think it's so wonderful to realize when you do make lots of great cancer friends that you're going to talk a lot about cancer, and you're also going to laugh a lot, and you're also going to do crazy stuff, and you're also going to like cry together and like be scared together and be happy. Like you get to do all of the stuff together and have somebody who makes you feel like you're not otherly just because of your cancerness. And I think that's so wonderful, and that's one of the reasons why I love you so much.
I love you so much.
And you're such a good mom and a good friend and good at organizing things, and you live in this studio with this cool
I
living
live
room.
here. I know. They say LA real estate's expensive, but you just get Sarah to design a living room for you. It's great.
You just get some balls.
I know.
I
Watch
wanna-
what I'm going to do.
I
This
wanna
is really
punch 'em.
empowering. Just going to go. There's the card. I didn't even need it. I
Wow.
didn't need it. Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you for everything. As you can see, we can talk for a long time, so you should listen to
We
us
could keep
regularly.
going.
We'll keep updating on our socials and stuff about the podcast, and I'll see you tomorrow. We're going to head to UCLA together.
Said UCLA.
Oh, Gozel's got to come.
Come on in, Gozell. Hey. I get my goat up. Get my goat up. Hey.
This is as authentically us as it gets.
It's true. It's true.
All right, I love you.
I love you.
Next, you want us to? Yeah, give it up for Annie Bond. Oh my God. Talk about my book. Well, okay. If you want me to. I wrote a book. It's pretty wild. I'm really excited about it. It's hard for me to even sit to read books, so this was a pretty big endeavor, and I didn't do it alone. I had so much support, and you'll see in the book, it has so many people throughout my experience with cancer, but also my life as a whole. I do think that, joy and prioritizing happiness and living, not just surviving and staying alive, is essential for all of us, regardless of whether or not you have cancer. So there's a lot of really cool stuff in there. There's quotes from my oncologist. My husband wrote a passage about caregivers. We talk a lot about the adolescent and young adult cancer community, a lot just about this experience and where I found some of the best days of my life in literally the hardest, worst time that you could think of. But I'm really proud of it. It's called We Got This, How I Learned to Thrive with Terminal Cancer. It is available for pre-sale. If you order it right through our site, it's the same cost, and we get more of a cut. But you also, I really haven't announced this, and this is something that just feels very cool. If you type it into Amazon, like if you type in my name, my book is on Amazon, which is pretty neat. So if Jeff Bezos is watching and he wants to match the $1 million that hopefully we'll end up raising, just shoot us a call. It would be great. It is going to ship in June. We're doing quite a long pre-sale for the reason of us wanting to really promote out the experiences, a lot of the things through a fundraising way. We talked about earlier, Glozel's first date was at the pre-sale launch party. We're going to be doing some other fun stuff. We're going to be surprising patients and thrivers and survivors across the country with championship belts. And we're going to be making sure that not only this book, but just the idea of We Got This gets spread out. So whether it's through book form or music videos that we've done or events, whatever that looks like, we just want you guys to be a part of it. So a huge part of this is the community. And I'm going to go ahead and throw this card. Yes. And the next one is Lauren Reeves. On a mic, so let me. Yeah. I'm still new. I'm still new to this. The last time I saw you in person, which probably we've never probably talked this much in person, was at the Todd Glass Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Recording.
Yeah.
You were the best triangle player I've ever seen.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was an honor.
Have you expanded that career since or no?
No, I quit triangle shortly after that night.
Yeah. Well, how have you been? How was your Thanksgiving and all the things?
It was good. Yeah, I became friends with my lawyer's daughter. So Lisa Bloom had me over for a vegan Thanksgiving. And then her mom is Gloria Allred, who's my lawyer. So I was like, oh, this is really weird.
Yeah.
I'm having Thanksgiving with Gloria Allred.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
And what did they serve? What does a vegan Thanksgiving look like?
I don't know. Everything had a weird name, and it looked like lasagna, but it was made out of potatoes or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was really strange. I'm not vegan, but I left that one.
You're an ally, though, of
I'm
the
an
vegan
ally.
community. Yeah.
I left that one, and then my friend had reservations at the Palm, and it's Kirsten, her and my friend Ron were about to kill each other. So I knew I had to get there. and watch because they were like on the verge of just murder.
How did it end?
It was entertaining.
Is there a podcast about it coming out?
There should be. Yeah, it was great. Definitely worth the $130 per person meal.
Yeah. I love that. I love it. Wow.
Yeah.
That was a really good response to how your Thanksgiving was.
Yeah, it was wonderful. I also didn't have to go to the airport, so I
That's
feel
a
like I
win.
already won. Yes.
Let's give it up for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking of entertaining, your Substack has like blown up. So how long ago when you started this?
So I wrote a Substack called Trashly about when I got catfished by my ex-girlfriend, Ashley, during the pandemic. And I wrote 51 chapters. The first one came out in March, and I told this story for I think like 4 months, and it's juicy.
It is.
And it's so good.
If you haven't seen this, you have to check it out. Check out, Lauren Reeves on it's on your Instagram link right there, right?
It's on my Instagram, but yeah, you can look up Lauren Reeves Trashly.
And you'll just see all.
I had like screenshots of everything. She pretended to be a physicist and a professor at MIT, wore her MIT shirt everywhere, and she wasn't any of those things. And she was also married, and her wife was pregnant. And I know it's so good.
It's so
good.
Oh my God. Like, I mean, when you started writing this, were you like, oh, this is going to be just like, did you understand like how much people were going to gravitate to it?
I knew I had a good story.
You had a good story.
I knew because I dated her for a year. And
it's a long time, like amidst so many lies.
It's a long time. So she ended up moving in with me, told me she was this professor. And after a few months, I get a message on Instagram from this woman, and she's like, hey, I think my wife is living with you, and I'm 8 months pregnant, about to have our second child.
So like, had she not been communicating with the wife?
She told her wife that she was out of town for work. But really, she moved from the Midwest, like catfished me from the basement of their house in Minnesota, and then moved in with me. And said she
Did you guys think we were going to talk about this today? Like this, the We Got This live stream gives you everything.
And I'm not even saying it gets so juicy where her wife is messaging me, and I confront Ashley, and she says her wife is lying. They've been divorced, and even Ashley's mom was like, yes, her wife's a liar. So Ashley's family, it turned out, was in on it. Like her mom, I'm pretty sure they like printed out a fake diploma and hung it in their house in Bakersfield. That should have been a red flag. Her family lived in Bakersfield.
Red flag.
Red flag. And her mom would wear MIT shirts, and they would just pretend that Ashley was this smart, rich physicist. And then Ashley, she goes, because I'm a writer, she goes, oh, I have a budget for a writer. And I was like, okay. She goes, for social media for my company. And I go, I don't want to write tweets for a company. I write TV. And she goes, well, that's too bad because my budget is $20,000 and all I need are 5 tweets. And I was like, okay, that's like $19,800 more than I thought you were going to offer me. So I'll do it. And then it turned into, she deleted my invoice and wrote $30,000. So I got a $30,000 check for writing 5 tweets. And I was like, well, I might be getting catfish, but also like 30 grand every.
Normally you lose money from being catfish. So
I think I was the con artist in all of this.
Yeah.
Because I walked out with that $30,000 check that cleared.
Wow.
She bought a frame TV for my apartment, which I don't know how to take that off the wall. So when I broke up with her, I'm like, obviously I'm keeping the frame.
Yeah.
She bought me like this ring, which is a Zambian emerald.
It's very pretty.
Made by my. I know.
They can be crazy.
Well, she actually was too crazy, and she turned into. She was a pathological liar.
No, couldn't tell.
And so it turned out I became friends with her now ex-wife. They were married And now I talk to her ex-wife every day, and we're like best friends.
That's very
and,
cool. Silver linings. We're all about silver linings here.
Yeah, and we took her down. You know, I wrote Trashly, and it was just like nice to put the story out. So the story was crazy when it was happening, and I'm leaving out a lot of like juicy
Yeah, well,
details.
you have to go read it.
The people have to read it.
Yeah.
But a big part of the story is like I have screenshots of everything, and I took her to Alaska.
That's what's so fun about it.
Oh, it's so good.
It's like it's a Substack, like a picture book.
Yeah, I documented everything. I took her to Alaska. I took her gold panning. I took her inside a permafrost tunnel inside of a mountain.
But like, thank God this happened to you. You know, I'm
Yeah.
sorry you had to go through it, but like,
Oh, no.
if this happened to someone else, we might never know this story.
It happened to the perfect person. So after we broke up, I was like, I sat on the story for 2 years. And then finally in March, I was like, well, it is time to put out Trashly into the universe. And it became really popular, and it's a really fun read.
Do you have any plans of like putting it into a book?
Yeah, so, well, it needs to be bought first, but yeah, that's the plan.
Right.
So I have a good agent. He's gonna find a home for it.
Well, I know plenty of people who will buy it. So yeah,
Good.
I hope you find a good home for
Definitely
it.
worth it.
Yeah. Oh my God, this was fun getting to hear it with you here in person.
I know. Sorry, I like totally dominated the conversation.
This is what I wanted to talk about.
Okay,
So yeah. But as we talk about great gifts and
Yeah.
things, what would you put on a WeGotThis.org registry?
I would put, I'm really into hygge. So I'm like, oh, make everything super comfy. Get candles, get a knit blanket. I can't live without puzzles.
Ooh,
so
yeah.
I'm a puzzle girl. Like when I go out with my friends during the winter, I'm like sitting at dinner, I'm like thinking about a puzzle. Like that's what's going on.
But you like do them and finish them, because someone in my household named Eric, he says he's a puzzle guy. Yeah, and it he says he loves puzzles, and it sits like out on our table.
Yeah, forever.
For all of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Never one finished.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. Do you, when you finish puzzles, is it like you destroy it, put it back away, do it again another time, or do you like?
Destroy it, give it away.
Oh, kind of like a
usually
book.
put
You
it-
read
yeah.
it, pass it along.
I put it outside my house, just on the street in Silver Lake, and it's gone.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm
Well,
like a puzzle fairy.
I love that.
Yeah.
Kind of like how neighborhoods have like books, like
Yeah,
take one, leave
exactly.
one,
Mhm.
puzzles. Why
Yeah,
don't we do
I
that
know.
more?
We should.
I like that a
It's
lot.
fun.
Yeah. What else do you have coming up? What are you working on now, other than?
Yeah, so I just finished writing the Clio Awards, and next is Clio Music. So that's coming up in
Nice.
January, in LA. So
Yeah. Wow. Well, we gotta hang out more. I
know, yeah.
Gotta
we'll
hear
talk
more stuff. I
and
know. We
I got
can't
so
let
many
another.
stories.
Yeah. I know. Well, thank you for joining us.
Of
all your
course.
support. One thing that I do have to say, the other thing that like you pop up in my mind so much, is you were working on that show with Shaq years ago. I owned a gym, Tap Out Fitness, in Woodland Hills. And we had Shaq Day, like it is known as Shaq Day. Shaq came for the entire day. He shot his like Facebook watch show about Big Chicken Shack.
Big Chicken Shack.
It is one of the most memorable days of my life. I have pictures of like my little hand up to Shaq's.
Oh, he's a monster. Yeah,
He is
so
such
big.
a nice guy. Yeah. Did you get to like hang with Shaq at all in that experience? Were you more
no,
writing?
I was. So I was the writer for the show, and I didn't even go on that shoot,
I
which
know.
was kind of a bummer. But they wanted to shoot like turning into a whole thing. And I go, wait, actually, I think my friends have a gym. And then it turned out to be like a great match for
It
the
was really
show.
cool. Thank you for thinking of us.
Yeah.
It was one
Glad
of the
it
most
worked out.
memorable things.
I
And
know,
if
I love
Shaq's
the
around,
picture,
we
yeah.
haven't gone to see him since the whole cancer thing and the nonprofit. So we'll have to hit up Shaq. We
Yes,
gotta
you should.
do some boxing again.
Yeah,
Well,
definitely.
thank you so
Of
much for your
course, thank
time. I'm gonna
you.
toss
Throw
that
it.
card. Yeah, just toss it out there. Appreciate you so much. Thank you. All right, sorry, I hit the mic if anyone heard that. All right, we're having fun, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, our next guest I haven't met before, so I know like everyone till now. We have a big mix of people, but I'm really excited. I've heard great things. His name is Bob Duca, and I can't wait to meet him. Come on up, Bob. Are you here? Oh, awesome. Hi. So nice to meet you. Oh. This one right here. Yeah, that one. Okay. Please make yourself comfortable. Do you want an extra squish?
Nope.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry. Okay, we'll find out more about that, I guess. Okay, so you look great. Thank you so much for coming
Thank you.
out.
I want to say right off the bat, the mustache is real.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah.
And I couldn't help. I was overhearing the first segment. Your friend that was catfished.
Yeah.
And for me, I don't want to be victim blaming here, but I think one of the dead giveaways is that somebody in Bakersfield would have a diploma.
No offense to people in Bakersfield, but Bob raises some concerns for sure.
Yes.
I don't think that it's going to happen to her again, but just so people are aware, we don't want people to get catfished.
Well, speak for yourself. I've been begging to get catfished because I like the attention, but nobody is taking my bait.
Well, I'm glad that we're giving you the platform today to maybe discuss that.
Yes.
Has that come up? How was your Thanksgiving? Like, what did you do?
I was bitten.
Bitten by what?
A turkey.
A turkey.
Yes.
Was it? Where?
I went to a PETA-sponsored cruelty-free Thanksgiving event.
That's
They had
so
turkeys.
great.
They had some pardoned turkeys there, and of course, as our foul justice system is completely out of whack. This particular turkey should not have been pardoned.
Oh no.
It was very violent.
Are you feeling okay now?
No.
No. Is that? Are the current ailments due to that or something else?
No, these are long-standing. I should say right off the bat, I have stage 4 hypochondria, so I think it relate a little bit to what you've gone through.
I was thinking it's one of the main reasons why I was hoping that you would come out today. I don't know all the ailments, and I really want to hear a bit more. There's one that really hit me personally, just because I know a lot of people. I actually don't know a lot of people affected by it, which something so rare. It feels unfair, and I just wanted to empathize.
Thank you.
The hypersensitivity to lactose.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that just like, do you go near ice cream shops and it's like just very triggering, or like what?
Exactly right. If there's a block of cheese, I eat it. If there's a ice cream, I eat it.
I know. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. I can't know. I can't begin to relate. Only empathize and understand.
Well, thank you for not co-opting my ailment, but
yeah.
I appreciate it. Yes, I have never met a WebMD rabbit hole that I didn't like. In fact, I appreciate your slogan, because whenever I look at WebMD, I go, oh, I got this. I definitely have this. And so I misunderstood.
What we
I'm
were
still
here
happy
for?
to be here anyway.
No, I appreciate it. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, let me explain a little bit then. So what we are is we're a nonprofit gift registry for cancer patients, but other
GIF?
ailments do gift.
GIF?
Gift. I love gifts, but gift like a turkey that might be cooked. That could be a nice gift.
Yes, I have one in mind.
Yeah. but but it's a way for people to easily ask for help.
Oh,
and
yes.
I felt like that might be really helpful for you. And I've been asking everyone today, what they might register for if they needed. Like, do you have some ideas maybe of what would be
I did
helpful?
work on something, and I misunderstood the assignment a little bit.
Okay.
This is actually my appearance writer for whenever I make appearances. I waived it because I understand this is a nonprofit. It's a charity.
Yeah.
Next time I will put my foot down.
Okay.
But these are also the same things. The same things that would appear on my registry.
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. Yes.
And if I may have silence and reverence for while I read these things, it would be much appreciated. The following are Bob Duca's writer, and what was your thing?
We got this.
No,
Or
registry.
cancer, or-
Registry. The following are Bob Duca's writer and registry demands / requests. Fruit plate. Salmon platter.
Oh, okay.
Go-gurt. 4-gallon Sabra hummus tub. 2 thick pita chips, real tooth crackers. $35 influencer smoothie. I don't care which one.
Haley Bieber would be my choice.
Carrot sticks. Zucchini fries.
Oh, that's
Ants on a log. Spoonfuls of chocobo peanut butter. Raw milk by RFK Junior Dairy. Beef jerky. Salmon jerky. Wild boar jerky. Bear, crow, mushroom, and coyote jerky.
Oh.
Turkey jerky. Herky jerky.
Sorry, repeat that one.
Herky jerky.
Herky jerky?
Herky jerky.
Herky jerky?
Herky jerky.
Herky.
Herky.
Jerky.
Jerky.
What's herky?
Horse meat. Donkey steaks. Zebra sausage.
Okay, that sounds illegal.
Parrot.
Okay.
An entourage including the following persons. TikTok psychic. SoundCloud rapper. Intersection juggler. K-pop hype man. Amma the hug guru. Andy the footless goose. Semi-religious self-help figure Brene Brown.
Oh, that's good.
A Kelsey. Either Jason, Travis, or Grammer. A skateboarding bulldog. A golden retriever with aviator glasses. Cigar-smoking chimpanzee. Swearing toddler.
That was really great.
May I
first page.
continue?
Yeah, absolutely. Please. Please.
Vape shop Kobe Bryant muralist. Beeswax candles. Gas station incense. Calm cube.
Okay.
Fidget spinner. Worry beads. Stress balls. Panic pebbles. Existential dread crumbs. Big ball of yarn.
Do you knit?
No, I like to pretend I'm a cat. Tibetan singing bowls. Chinese gong. Greek Orthodox Sanctus bell. Tingling scalp massager. Soft banana ASMR on vinyl.
Yes.
You know,
Thank you
you're welcome.
for demonstrating.
Faraday cage. Thunder shirt. Witch hazel hammock. Micellar waterbed. Chicken broth humidifier. Febreze cannon.
Whoa.
Gas, grass, or ass, nobody rides for free poster. The following affirmation doormats.
Wait, sorry. Okay. Repeat the last quote. Ass, grass.
Ass,
Ass.
grass, or ass.
Or ass.
Nobody rides for free.
No rides for free. I'm just saying because one of our partners, Oxford Pen, and I just feel like maybe we could put out an ask for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could
Okay.
probably find it at the same type of stores you see, like a motorcycle T-shirt that says, "If you can read this, the bitch fell off."
Okay, so the mats, we're onto
floor mats with the
Floor
following
mats.
affirmations.
Okay.
I can do anything I put my mind to. Be the change. No one knows you're you. Just lie. No matter what happens, it will never be as bad as that one time in Oroville.
Oh, you made it through that page really fast. That was great.
Thank you.
Yeah. The
Stem
pacing,
cells.
Yeah, perfect. Wait, stem cells are a separate item or on the mat?
Oh, no, these are separate items.
Okay.
Although if we could have a mat with stem cells that could just shoot right into your feet, that would be amazing.
Yes.
Peter Thiel branded baby blood. Fish pedicure. Foreskin facial. Do you know about these?
No, can you explain this to
There's
me?
cream that's made out of face cream
Yeah.
and facials that are made out of donated foreskin. You can find it on Goop. Has anybody ever heard of these things?
This
It's real.
I love bringing up other charitable things, so that sounds
Yes.
like a great.
And sadly, there are millions of people without foreskin facials, which we really should really get the word out about. that.
I can speak for everyone here that
I
is
mean,
100% the case.
Yes, if we had federally subsidized medicine, there wouldn't be anybody who didn't have a bunch of foreskin on their face.
It's been one of them. I'm sure a big problem in perhaps your community. It sounds
Exactly.
like. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Scrotum loofah, pasta socks, bunker grade wet wipes,
Bunker
nose
grade.
Frida, a giant pancake that I can lay on and eat from the inside out, fresh spring water, aged sink water, Red Bull mini fridge, kombucha SCOBY, celebrity branded alcohol like Jay-Z cognac, Snoop Dogg wine, Metallica whiskey, Ryan Reynolds mint mobile mojito, Casamiga tequila by George Clooney and that other guy, Terramana tequila by Dwayne The Rock Johnson,
Oh, he's a good one. Yeah.
Skank Juice by Tila Tequila, Guy Fieri Schnapps, Jake Paul Prosecco, Kendall Jenner vodka suppositories.
Wow. This is very educational for me.
Thank you.
So thank you for sharing that with us.
Of course.
I'm not speechless. I'm just collecting my thoughts.
Okay.
You
think that's a pretty good? I'm sure somebody else could probably benefit from some.
Yeah,
of these things.
and feel free if people have questions or want to put in the comments, maybe we could follow up with you.
And
on
again,
any of that.
I do want to be catfished. So if anybody wants to spend some time, I mean, I don't care who you pretend to be. You know, I like a surprise. I like the attention. I don't have much going on, so I can spend. I'm also a bit of a money cuck, so I could, spend what little money I have on you.
It's great because we're constantly asking for things, right? And it gets tiring, and you're asking for things, and we appreciate it so much.
Yeah.
But asking for something as selfless as someone catfishing you is really endearing.
Because I feel like it's a win-win.
It
you know?
sounds like it is for you.
There are online weirdos and there are victims, and why can't they find each other?
Why can't they find each other?
You know what I mean?
In terms of ailments, is nausea something that you face?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have this really cool partner, and I'd love for you to take some with you. They're called Queasy Drops. I had them actually when I was pregnant, too.
Oh, Queasy Drops.
Yeah, they're really...
That's what I call my pee. Interesting.
Yeah.
Natural cell. Okay.
It shouldn't affect pee in any way.
Okay. Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past me. In fact, challenge accepted.
Okay.
So these are for if you're feeling queasy?
Yeah, if you're feeling queasy, it's a little...
It's not if you want to feel queasy.
No. Do you?
No, well, no. Not necessarily.
Like, do you miss it?
If
sometimes, like, you're not as...
honestly, I just want to feel something.
Yeah. What's your favorite feeling?
Waking up from a nap and going right back to sleep.
It's a good one.
Mm-hmm. If I don't get my 16 hours a day.
16 hours. Yeah. I'm thinking when we're talking about comfort, that's very comforting to me. Squishmallow, Jazzwares Cares actually donated a bunch of these Squishmallows. I'm sorry for the one that was a bit of a fright.
I'm sorry, that was a lot. You
I
just
know.
said Squishmallow, Jazz, what?
Okay, so I kind of messed that up because it was really the parent company, Jazzwares. They have a thing, Jazzwares Cares.
Jazzwares Cares?
Yeah,
okay.
5 times, Jazzwares Cares.
Jazzwares Cares.
Uh-oh. No, sorry.
Does a plush toy appear if we say it 5 times in a row?
Yes.
Oh, then leave that one alone.
Let it be. So a lot of the patients, survivors, and thrivers in our We Got This community register for those. It's this comfy pillow you got there.
Oh, this one here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It feels nice, right?
It does.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I was thinking maybe we would give some of those away.
Oh,
Would you want to help us do that?
Sure.
Anyone have a couple of the registries handy? Yeah. No, yeah. And what we're going to do is, so on our website, wegotthis.org, anyone can start a free registry. It's like a baby or a wedding registry.
Yes.
And that way, when they're going through treatment, they can register for things that they need.
Right.
Like that list, of course, that you gave us. Thank you. Exceptional.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So I was thinking that maybe one of these items, maybe someday we could add some of yours.
Oh, yes.
Given approvals and lots of talks with our attorneys and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we're going to give away some of the Squishmallows to people who have active registries right now. So it's not like a follow us or tag us or anything like that. This is literally, but you can, and we'd appreciate it.
Yes.
And if you don't have cancer or are
get fucked.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
No?
Yes.
I'm not sure. Okay.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
I like where this is going. So,
I think this day and age, I found that being adversarial is much more effective.
It definitely, it's like
people
no
with
bad
cancer
publicity.
call people without cancer like
muggles
or something like that?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Not someone like you. You understand a lot of what we go through.
I like to think emotionally I have cancer. Because the sadness just keeps metastasizing and eating away at me.
Yes.
That's a nice silence.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are we gonna give some of these away?
Let's give away some Squishmallows. Yeah. So Jillian, why don't you join us? Want to pick up the mic here? So Jillian is. She's the chief operating officer of wegotthis.org. Yeah.
Thank you for your service. Yes.
My new friend Bob Duca.
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of like how Annie was talking about earlier, how we really connect in the patient community, and Bob and I are. I think, connected.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Whether you like it or not.
Whether I like it or I like it.
Great.
I do. Yeah.
I'm really glad to be a part of this. You know how much I love this.
Yes, I know. Jillian loves this. let's do something fun. Can we just give away a couple registries?
I have the winner here.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Bree Uther from Galloway, Ohio is our first winner.
Ooh,
thank you for
congratulations.
being part of that.
Bree, congrats.
Where is she? Come on out, Bree.
Bree, come on out.
Bree.
Yeah. So we're gonna reach out to Bree and her registry, make sure she gets a Squishmallow that she likes. Do you want to do one more while you're here?
Sure.
Okay, I'll make Sarah or Amber do the next one.
Perfect. I am a little shaky here.
Oh, you're doing great.
All right. The next winner is Jude Verostko from Columbus, Ohio. So 2 back-to-back Ohio winners.
Ohio in the
Ooh.
house.
Wow.
Very cool.
Kind of suspicious, if you ask me.
It's fair. We're going to give away a lot more later, but thank you for being a part of spreading some joy. I know that that's hard when you're feeling some sadness yourself.
Absolutely. I would do they have a life-size Squishmallow, like one of those body pillows that they say are for
Definitely
pregnant
larger
ladies,
ones,
but are
but
really
body
for
pillow,
me?
you might have just really, I wonder if they've thought of that. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure they have.
Hint, hint, Squishmallow.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have, don't worry, Jillian, you can
Okay,
you can
thank
leave.
you. I
Yeah,
was
thank
wondering.
you so
Nice
much.
to meet
Thank
you.
Nice
you
to
so
meet you.
much. Yeah. Do you have a lot of body pillows?
Do I have what?
A lot. That was weird.
Do I have a lot of-
a lot of body pillows?
I don't. Well, I have a old coffee sacks, old coffee bean sacks that I've stuffed.
So with that,
I guess what I'm saying is I like a body pillow.
I've had a great time. Unfortunately, it's time to throw the card.
All right.
We got to bring
Thank
in
you
some
so
more guests.
much.
But wow.
Wonderful.
This was amazing. Oh,
Do I have your consent?
oh, yes. Oh, my gosh. Sorry.
I didn't do that.
Didn't do that.
Okay.
Thank,
Thank
you
you.
so
Thank you
much,
so much.
Bob.
Thank you.
Bob.
Bye-bye.
Keep fighting the good fight. Wow. Wow, Bob Duca. This is a non-stop live stream. We have no breaks. That was great. There's a lot of things to describe that. I'm gonna go into the next thing. And it was great. That was great.
Did you want to give away some Squishmallows, or are we doing that?
We just gave away 2.
You did.
Yeah.
I completely missed it.
You missed it. Yeah, Eric. It was a couple people in Ohio. Bree and Jude, I believe. We're gonna send them out some Squishmallows. We're gonna be doing this a lot throughout today and moving forward. So that's been probably one of the most registered for products on WeGotThis.org. So if you have a registry, you're watching this, or you know someone who might benefit from a registry, just send it our way. We want to help you promote it, help you get more things towards it, and if a Squishmallow is what you want, let's just make it happen, okay? So our next guest, I'm very excited. I think I'm gonna wait till he's out here to talk more about this, but this is just huge. If you've seen the watched and listened to the podcast Never Not Funny, Jimmy Pardo is just absolutely amazing. He pioneered podcasting and he is just hilarious. My husband loves him equally as much as me, I believe, and I am so excited that you decided to come today. Jimmy Pardo.
My pleasure. Nice to meet you. I feel like I know you through your husband.
I know.
And his love of you, our shared love of your husband. Or his shared love, I guess.
Here's shared love.
I share his love. Wait, how do I fit into this?
So we
No,
both.
I know it's not that.
No.
I don't know.
You can do whatever you'd like.
I don't know if that's. Don't tell me that.
Oh, okay.
I might have a list of things that goes on and on and on.
I think we're done with lists. But
Damn it! I had a book full of them.
no, but are you comfortable? This is
I can't be more comfortable. I'm very comfortable.
Okay,
This
okay,
seems
great.
awkwardly high, though, for me.
Yeah, just
I'm a
so
tiny
that.
man.
Yeah.
All right. This has some goo on it. Is that going to affect cancer?
I hope not. Do you feel okay? Do we need?
I don't know how it. Wait, okay.
Do you need a tissue?
I don't know if I'm going to plan on that activity, but okay.
Okay. Okay. What?
There's a goo on the cord, but
Okay.
And I can't not say everything that pops into my head. Apparently.
I love that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have questions so that I don't just?
I have some.
steamroll with
I
the
do
thing
have
about
some
the cord?
questions. I have some questions. I'm gonna skip over Thanksgiving
Hang on,
because I
wait,
said. Oh, do you want a wet wipe?
Is that Jessica?
That is Jillian.
Oh, it's Jillian. Hi, Jillian.
Yeah, hey Jillian. Jillian, the one who doesn't want to be on camera. I've been sucking in.
Oh, then she better be a part of my segment.
Oh, it was gaff tape.
It's gaff tape.
Yeah.
Jim Gaff tape. What do you think of him as a comedian? You like him? That's fun with words.
Yeah.
That's all that was.
I love that.
Thank you for this, Jillian.
Absolutely. You know, I don't know if you realize this, but you really inspired today.
I did not know that.
Yes. So when Eric left on his birthday for an entire day.
What did he do on that day?
He went to Flappers.
Yes.
And he did the Jimmy Pardo Podcast-a-thon.
Yes.
For Smile
Train.
Smile Train.
Yeah.
Which is so funny because it came up recently with one of our contacts at Jazzwares for Squishmallow.
Okay.
They had helped for years with that, with your event. And I'm blanking on the name, so this is like not going to a fun.
Squishmallows helped my event?
Not Squishmallows, but there was someone that works. I'm really messing this up, but someone that worked for Jazzwares that like just moved over from Smile Train.
Oh, I see.
And she ended up, I think, coming out like on her own dime to be a part of this last one.
Katie.
It must be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, oh, that's wonderful. I did not know that.
Yes.
I don't pay attention. I just show up and talk. I don't.
I love that.
I'm impressed by everything you have going on here.
I'm impressed
We've
by
never done
it.
anything like this. Like we do this 13-hour, I guess at one point it was a 20-hour marathon. There's no T-shirts for people. Yeah. There's no bags for folks.
We want you to feel, swag is a big thing. I want you to feel a part of it. We have Cancer Suck shirts for everyone coming in today.
I'm very impressed. I'm going to take my shirt and wear it proudly.
Thank you. So the Podcast-a-thon, I mean, tell us about, you've been doing this how many years?
Well, we started Podcast-a-thon in 2009. I've been podcasting since 2006. We started the marathon show for Smile Train 2009, and we've raised $1.5 million for them.
It's unbelievable.
And, thank you. Nothing. No applause from that woman. I find that very awkward. Seems like a weird thing not to applaud.
Agreed. It's for charity.
Right? It's for charity.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is. If it's for charity, you applaud it. Not that woman.
Yeah.
If it's not on topic, no interest for her.
No. And so it's amazing what you've done with that. Sure. Eric it was just an honor for him to play drums at that.
We loved having Eric. He stole our original drummer's job.
Yes.
Which is a weird thing to do on a charity event.
Again, it is weird. Yeah, that was weird, but I was glad he did it because it sparked this idea. So we were going to do an event for Giving Tuesday tonight.
Yes.
And I tend to do a lot of events, do a little too much, people might say. And because I was,
for somebody that doesn't know what that means, what does that mean you do too much?
Okay, so I was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer 3 years ago. Right. And I've always been this way. It's not like new because of cancer. I'm just a very amplified version of that.
Okay.
So when we're like, oh, we should raise some money. Right. We do like events every couple of months. We like do crazy stuff. We were going to have, a couple hundred people in my backyard tonight and do drag queen bingo and live band karaoke and all this stuff, which we'll still do. So stay tuned.
Tonight?
Not tonight. Not tonight.
we
I know.
That
was misleading. That was misleading. But at some point, and our team said, hey, because I had a couple surgeries just a couple weeks ago. And they were like, I think that might not be a good idea.
For you to sing in a backyard?
To throw a whole event in the whole thing.
Instead, you're going to sit here and talk for 12 hours.
Exactly. 8 hours. 8 hours.
Shorten it up. Good call.
Yeah. So we ended up doing the idea of a live stream. And I said, wait a minute. The Podcast-a-thon was so cool. I mean, you had some amazing people. I got to see Eric play drums for David Foster.
How amazing was that?
That was really cool.
David Foster shows up, and Eric gets to play drums for him. I got to sing a Chicago song along with David Foster. Like a dream come true.
That is unbelievable. And that's why we brought David Foster.
Is he here again? Maybe that's just his thing now. He just shows up at charity events.
It didn't work out.
Oh.
Yeah.
We got Bill Foster, just some guy wandering by.
No, but I thought what you did was just so amazing. I mean, obviously, podcasting is your thing. It's not my thing, but getting to bring in friends and new friends and talk about important causes is really important to me. And so having this platform and having you supporting it means the world.
Oh, I love being. I'm honored to be here. I don't like following Duca and his nonsense, but otherwise I'm all right.
Yeah, no, that was an experience for sure.
I mean, we all got through it.
It was a really good experience that I was hoping to talk to you about. What? Seeing Wicked.
Oh, the movie Wicked?
The movie Wicked. What did you think?
Well, okay. I feel like I'm being set up. I hate the musical. Shut it. Let me finish.
Wait.
Let me finish. Oh, that gets a response from you.
Yeah.
Charity, I get nothing. Oh, I raised him $1.5 million. Boo. I hated Wicked. What the hell now? Let me put my rap down. A salami wrap, that sounded offensive. Anyhow, I do not like the musical. It's my least favorite musical. I think it's a bore.
Wow.
Hang on. The movie's amazing.
Wow.
So here's the deal. I go to the movie really just to kind of go because I heard people that also hate the musical saying, you know what, you got to see the movie, it's great.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, I'll give it a go. And my wife and son and I went, and my wife hates Wicked more than I do. My son hates it equally as me. We're not a Wicked family, but we love the movie.
Okay, so I feel like I can relate to this.
Yes.
Because one of my favorite movies of all time is Grease.
Now, can we agree on this?
Yes.
A horrible musical.
Yes.
Grease is a horrible live musical.
I agree.
But as a movie, it might be the best movie musical. Chicago's up there as well.
Agree.
Les Mis possibly as well.
But like Grease as its own movie, I mean, as a kid, I would dance on the couch. I would swap. I was a bit of a tomboy, so I'd be like Danny Zuko one day, but then the next I'd be like Sandy in the leather outfit at the end.
Yes, you're the one that I want.
Exactly.
I was in 6th grade, and I sang. We did a review for choir, and I played the Danny Zuko role when we did our little Grease medley.
That is awesome.
That's weird for a 6th grader, 12-year-old, to be talking about getting down in the sand. Right?
I was Rizzo in Grease.
Wait, you did Rizzo on stage?
Yeah, at camp, at summer camp. And what was weird about it was they had us stage kiss. So like I was younger. It was way before I met Eric.
Well, even if you were with Eric, it's the stage.
It's the stage. It was acting.
It's sanctioned cheating.
Yeah. But try being at sleepover camp with like a fellow, 12-year-old.
I'm listening.
Just eating your face.
Wait, he comes in mouth open?
I mean, it was full on, like, I don't know what made it different than regular kissing other than it being terrible.
How old was this gentleman?
I feel like we were like 12.
You were 12 and he was French kissing at 12?
Maybe we were like 13, 14.
Yeah, a little
this
higher
was going
up.
down a path.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was appropriate. No, it was
No,
not. It was
Don't
not.
tell
It
me.
was not. It wasn't. It was consensual in the sense that we were doing a weird play. I was Rizzo, and
what role was he, or was he just a
he was
stagehand?
Kaniki.
Oh, he was Kaniki.
Yeah. No, I didn't just like go make out with.
I don't know what you're doing pre-Eric.
The principal. Yeah.
Different times.
It was a different. They couldn't afford the real Grease, so we did it off.
Did some knockoff. Grease with a Z.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Grease.
Grease.
Yeah.
Still the word.
It's funny because Eric put on. I did not know that you didn't like Wicked the musical.
Oh no, I don't. Yeah.
And he put. It's okay if you tell him that I cried. Eric cried.
Oh, Eric did cry.
Not me. Eric cried.
Eric emailed me and told me that he cried the day, and I wrote back saying, "Great.
Yeah.
We're going to see it today," and I also cried. I cry at every movie though. It's not a big thing for me to cry at movies.
What's like an odd movie you might cry at?
Boy, that's a great question. I was not prepared to answer.
Sorry.
I feel like you're hardballing me, and I don't
Yeah,
like it.
we can move on.
This Chris Matthews coming at me.
We can go to the prepared question as you think about it.
Let me think on it for 45 to 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Let's get you guys back on time. I'll kill time by
While
just
you're thinking, you're welcome to text 50155. You can text We Got This 50155. You obviously have the link if you're seeing it right now, but you might not have seen our page where we have the thermometer going. We'll have to do an update maybe at the end of this, get a feed on where we're at. But it's been an exciting day. Did I kill enough time for you to have an answer?
I don't know if it's the right answer for what you wanted. But the two movies I think I cried the most at were The Bucket List. You ever see the movie The Bucket List? Starring those two old guys and Sean Hayes.
That would be a good movie for Annie and I's podcast. Annie's adding it to our list.
Annie, add that to it. That's a perfect one for you guys.
because we're doing Not Another Cancer Movie podcast.
I'll wear a cape and watch it, whatever you guys need me to do.
Yeah.
So I cried like I went to a Mommy and Me movie for that. My son was just born, and local theater had a Mommy and Me movie where you'd go at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday, and they leave the lights on, and you could bring babies in. And watch the movie, and if the babies cry, nobody cares. And I would be the one dad that would show up every Tuesday. And so I'd bring my son Oliver at the time. I don't bring him anymore. He's 17. It'd be weird and awkward.
His name's still Oliver, though?
It's still Oliver. We hasn't changed that.
Okay, got it. I just wasn't sure.
And I was crying so much at the end, I used him as a shield, holding him up in front of my face so that people would think it was the baby crying and not me.
Wow.
That's how much I was sobbing. I also cried a lot at... the Bruce Willis Vietnam movie, which In Country.
Mm-hmm.
Roger Ebert said he has never cried that much in a movie. And I'm watching the entire movie, and I'm like, I don't know what the hell movie he saw, but this thing's a snooze. And then it happens, and I made a scene. I made a scene in the movie theater. That's how much I cried at that movie.
Was Oliver embarrassed?
Oliver was not at that movie. This is pre-Oliver.
Okay.
This is back in the late 90s. Oliver did see me cry at Brave, the movie Brave, which is not a good movie. But I still cried at it.
Yeah.
And he looked over at me and I get it, Dad. Like he understood. He was like 4. But I just saw something. I saw Gladiator. I saw Wicked.
Oh, yeah.
And I saw something else recently that I was on my own. My wife and son didn't go. And I don't like this phrase, but it's true. I snot cried. I literally cried where like people around me were like looking like, is this guy all right? Like, should we call 911 or something? Like I cry easily at movies. Always Cars.
Cars. Oh.
No, not Cars.
I don't cry when I'm happy, or like I don't cry a whole lot at movies or other things. It's like it was definitely a thing that keeps getting brought up. Eric and I have been married 11 years, and it's brought up often, like that I didn't cry at our wedding and he cried. But like at the end of Wicked, when he was full on crying, like I just thought like maybe he was sad. Like we have a lot going on.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, like is emotionally just everything okay? He's like, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Like I was the
had nothing to do with you, it turns out.
Nothing to do with me. It was like I was a sociopath for not crying. I mean, we were there with everyone, with Jillian, Sarah, and Amber too. And
what about the woman that doesn't have any emotions? Was she there?
Who's that? The one not clapping.
Yeah.
No, she was not there. Yeah. She would have clapped and laughed at all the wrong times.
Right? Inappropriate. Yeah. Almost like a Cape Fear situation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So then, other than your custom We Got This cape, what would you put on a WeGotThis.org register?
You know what? I'm a big fan of the Bomba socks.
Love Bombas.
Right? Who does not like Bomba socks? Well, I know one person, but I mean otherwise.
Yeah.
We all love Bomba socks. I believe I'm wearing them. Yes,
me
wearing
too.
them as we speak.
Yeah. The no shows right now. So I went to Babson College with not like at the same time, but the founders of Bombas.
Did you really?
I did, and so I didn't actually realize that at first. And a friend recommended them because there's no seams in the toes,
right?
And I get like cuticle infections from. Bob should add that. I bet he suffers from that too.
He's written it down.
Yeah, but I started using them. And I was like, these socks are like life changing for me. And then I posted about them, and a friend was like, that's a Babson alumni. I was like, what? So when we started WeGotThis.org, Bombas was actually our first partner.
And were they aware that they went to college with you as well?
Yeah, that's how
they figured it out. So they're in.
Yeah. So
are they nice guys?
Yeah.
I saw them on the television, and I'm not sure how I feel about them as gentlemen.
Oh, really?
Do I like them, or do I just like their socks?
I think all the above. They've donated billions of socks.
I know, right?
Yeah. Their product's great. They're great people. They've supported us, not only us with Thrivers and that, but also a lot of the pediatric patients. I mean, they've sent out hundreds of socks. We did like a big Blippi event, and every kid got their own Bombas socks. So it's been a fun partnership with them, and so I'm impressed that was your pick.
I'm a fan of Bomba socks. I wear them on a daily basis, 7 days a week. The Bombas.
I love that. They haven't cut us a check. They've done a lot of in-kind donations, a lot of socks. If they want to cut us a check, I'm just saying they could.
Yeah, but you need socks too.
We need socks too. Yeah. Just throwing it out there. We'll see how the thermometer's going.
Okay, all right.
Todd did tell me though, which gave me a lot of relief for today. Todd Glass.
Yes.
You've heard of him?
I know Todd.
Yeah. So Todd was like, well, if we don't hit our goal today, that Jimmy Pardo is gonna make the difference.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. So
what's the goal?
$100,000.
What are we at now?
What are we at, Jillian?
Are we at 99.9?
Yeah. 33,506. So what this tells me is we got a long way to go. So, if you're no pressure, but if you want to maybe text some friends, post about it a little bit, it'll
mortgage
help.
my house apparently.
Yeah, it'll help save you some money.
It seems I don't know how this fell on my shoulders, but
it wasn't me. It was Todd.
Yeah, I know it's Todd Glass,
who's
talking loudly somewhere as we speak. I'd imagine. I will. I will certainly donate money.
No, you don't have to.
No, I'm put on the spot now.
No, that was not my intention.
Well, that's kind of how it came off.
It was like a transition into like, hey, if you want to mention on the podcast.
Yeah, but it was directed towards me and my wallet.
No.
I came here out of the kindness of my heart.
It was like a glass half full or half empty, depending on if Todd poured it, kind of thing.
Wow, I don't know what riddle that was. That was, and it was the sister. How does it work? That riddle?
I don't know.
I like a Todd glass half full.
Full disclosure, Jimmy, I have cancer.
What's up?
I'm just using something because I feel bad that I put you on the spot. And but in all seriousness,
wait, is that breaking news, or are we aware that you have cancer?
No. Did you not know that I have cancer?
Of course I know. I play. I'll yes and everything.
You're so believable. I know. I'm new at this. The yes and that I've seen the most is like the improv musicals that Eric does, like that Baby Wants Candy stuff. Have you ever gone to those?
Hang on, my ride's here.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And
I
Eric
turned
always
into a 95-year-old vaudevillian with that joke. I apologize. Hey, on my rides
Eric
my
always
grandfather.
says, yes, and, and I
Yeah.
get it theoretically, but then like I get so enthralled. You're so I'm just a part of this, and
I think you're doing a great job.
Thank
I've been
you.
here for, and I'll say it, too long. And
I did
was
notice.
told
I felt bad. I'm like, man, I hope Jimmy's gonna stay for his segment.
I was told to get here at 10:30 for my 1:30
yeah.
appointment.
I mean, it's probably my fault. I was probably going too long.
No, it was wonderful. I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
I don't know why you're making me say that now. This has turned into a therapy session. All right, I'm going to give money,
Yeah.
and
I'm
I'm
going
to text you on a regular basis every hour that you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
All right.
That means a lot.
My pleasure.
In all seriousness, it means so much that you came out today.
I'm thrilled to have been
Yeah,
here.
it means a lot. Like I know Eric was coming to pick up something, and you had him sit down on your podcast
Sure.
recently. You have no idea how much that made his day.
Oh, that's nice
It
to
was
hear.
very fun for me to watch. So thank you.
It's my pleasure. And honestly, I know that some Never Not Funny fans are watching and listening. Please give. You see a text, we got this, to 50155. That's the double nickel at the end, the Sammy Hagar. So donate, guys. Bomba socks or anything else that's on that list. It looks like there
lots
was
of things. And look, and if you have a friend out there going through cancer, if you're going through it
we
yourself.
all know somebody, yeah.
Unfortunately, we all do. Please use the registry. It's totally free. Other ways you can support us, just share posts and all that good stuff. And next time Eric does, talk at all, I will say the only person he didn't really talk about was me. It was a lot about his dad and other people. So I'm just saying next time, Eric, you could bring me up more. I brought you up a lot on this one. Yeah.
That seems like a fair exchange. Although his dad is a magician, how do you not talk about that?
I know. He's doing some tricks today.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
Don't need to see that.
Jimmy, you're amazing.
My pleasure.
Thank
Thanks
you
for having me.
so much.
Good luck.
Thank you. This is so fun.
Oh, no. I'm not talking to you.
Well, I wasn't gonna talk to you either. You're so cute and white. I'm gonna go. I'm taking some food to go. But if you have to pee,
Okay.
Annie right here, Annie, she can hold your spot.
I'm so glad you pushed Jimmy into this.
Okay,
Annie, will you come talk for a few?
Yeah, because
Okay.
I feel like your bladder might have. Okay. I don't know if you had to, but I.
All right.
I'm gonna go.
Do you get this kind of care?
I don't know if I'm leaving or staying. I know I was pushed down.
Do you have to pee?
No, I don't. You go.
Okay, I'm gonna go to
I'll talk to Annie. Come on, Annie.
Come on. How's it going, Jimmy?
I'll chit-chat with you.
You want a cake, you say?
Find out more
You want a
about
cake?
the bucket list stuff too.
Ooh.
Annie, what movie
How's it
have you
going?
cried the most at?
Oh, gosh. Hook is my favorite movie.
Hang on now.
Actually.
Nobody has ever said that.
Really?
Even the stars of it.
Well, there's
You love the movie Hook?
I
the
love
Peter
the
Pan,
movie
Robin
Hook.
Williams thing?
Yes, it got me when I was a kid. What's his face finding his marbles, losing his marbles, and then finding them. Toodles. Oh my God, The Lost Boys. I like everything about that movie except for Julia Roberts.
Why are you mad at her?
I just think it was bad casting. I don't think it's
Yeah.
really her fault. It's a weird written Tinkerbell. It's not, but the rest of it, just the kids are so good in it when he's rubbing Robin Williams' face and he says, "There you are, Peter." I'm a mess.
Oh.
It's probably that or another Robin Williams movie, What Dreams May Come.
Oh.
Yeah. Bye, Glozell.
Bye-bye.
Watch that if you really want to cry a lot
You
and
know-
question everything.
I cried at the first time I saw Good Will Hunting.
That's a good one.
And I think this is one of those guy cry movies. I cried like a goof. And then I was on an airplane going to Hawaii, a 6-hour flight from LA to Hawaii, and I was in the middle seat of that 5 seats in a row thing.
The nightmare seed.
The nightmare seat. And I'm stuck in that one, and it's like, oh, it's Good Will Hunting. It's like, well, all right, I'll watch that. And I've already seen it, so I won't have any emotional attachment to it. Again, embarrassed myself
Yep.
in that nightmare middle seat, sobbing and not knowing which direction do I go to get out of
It's
the
an
row.
airplane movie too. Every movie is better on an airplane. There's so many movies that I'm like, oh, I love that movie because I saw it on an airplane.
yeah.
Because you're actually, no one has an attention span anymore, apparently. Oh, you know what else though?
What?
Homeward Bound.
I don't know that movie. Is that with the little
You've
animals
never
going
seen
somewhere?
it with the animals?
I'm an adult.
Well, the ending is pretty happy, not a spoiler, but that's what makes me cry the most. I'm a sucker though. If there's an animal, if anything like Marley and Me, why make that movie?
I get it.
Why make that movie?
Oh, easy,
Why
easy,
do
easy.
it? It's so much. But I also used to never cry before I got cancer, ironically, because I felt like my mom would cry a lot. No offense, Mom, if you're watching. or like my older sister would cry. I was like, everybody's always crying. Like, what a waste of time. And then after I got cancer, I feel like I cry at anything. Like I'll see a bag drifting in the air.
And that's
That's a little much, actually.
it.
I'm still a little tough. Oh, wait, we were just about to cry. I was just about to cry.
Oh,
No.
Amy. You gotta save it for. Oh.
Yeah.
all right.
Oh.
Well, you know what? I'll
You
just
get in your seat. No, you get in
You
your
gotta
seat.
you gotta save the crying for
Okay.
other
Oh,
content.
I
yeah.
took over. This is
Yeah,
now
yeah.
I've got this, everyone. Only I have got this.
Annie was the virtual host for our Not Dead Yet Fest.
was,
It was
yeah.
a free concert for patients, survivors, and thrivers.
It was so fun.
And she crushed it. You know, like some people just don't have to give any direction to, which is great because I never plan anything in advance.
Right.
So it worked out really well.
And I have OCD, so I researched every single person and had note cards. And I was like, give me a task, I will overdo it.
I didn't even know that Jimmy didn't like the musical Wicked, so I clearly did not
See,
do
but
that.
here's
You
the
were
thing,
set up.
I don't either. No, I've seen it 3 times, weirdly, just
Right.
all by chance. And I didn't love the actual musical, but I loved the movie.
The movie-
I cried like a baby.
Good for you.
The
Good for
ballroom
us.
scene, I was like, this is cheesy.
All right, well, Ami, we'll all get together
All
this
right,
weekend.
I'll get out of the way.
Thanks for having me. Good luck.
Come back in. Come back in.
All right, what a day. Is everyone having fun? Yeah. Glad we have some people here. No, I'm okay. I'm gonna have some of this green iced tea. Oh yeah. And we do have Liquid Death all over here because one, I love Liquid Death. But they've been an unbelievable partner. They've been donating cans for tons of our events, and I one time brought a can of Liquid Death to chemo. And the nurse was like, "Are you drinking beer?" And I was like, "Oh, no, it's water." And she was like, "I mean, no judgments." And I was like, "Really? You should have some judgments if I brought beer to chemo. Like, that's a problem." But all right. Oh, yep, I got it on. So this is a remote interview with someone I know really well because I married his son. So my father-in-law, Bruce Calver, is an amazing magician. He performs at the Magic Castle. He was former president of the Society of American Magicians. I mentioned earlier with Glozell, Bruce and Glozell and I, we all went to Children's Hospital Orange County. We donated 100 magic kits to all the pediatric patients there. They did a live magic show that streamed live from the Ryan Seacrest studios. And these are just kind of some of the fun things that we've gone to do and want to continue to do because, you know, our mission is really building a community of giving and receiving that helps patients and their supporters live their best lives. And we're really big on not only the things that are medically needed, but the things that are also needed for like us being humans and all that too. So excited to introduce Bruce Calver. Is he here or what? Where are we at with that? All right. Oh, there he is. What's up?
You put me on after Jimmy Pardo. Oh my goodness.
I know, right?
It's great that he opened for me. It's great. I love it.
Isn't that cool? I saw that actually on the call sheet and I was like, oh man, he's gonna be excited about this one. You love Jimmy.
I love Jimmy. I flew out there to go to his podcast-a-thon.
I know. Yeah, I remember that. So
Eric
know
thinks
what-
I went to see him, but no, I went to see Jimmy
Exactly. You had a blast. You were there the whole day for that.
the whole time.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Well,
Got to sit
thank
with the
you
band. Yeah.
for being a part of this one with us. I know where you're calling us from, but why don't you tell all the amazing listeners here? Where are
I'm
you
calling from Rhode Island. I'm calling
Rhode
from
Island.
Rhode Island, where it's 33 degrees right now.
It's warmer here.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. And you have that beautiful studio, and I have a red curtain in my living room.
It's a beautiful red curtain.
Thank you very much.
I mentioned about chalk when we did at Children's Hospital Orange County, but I also, didn't mention we did that partnership with the families affected by cancer virtually. We did the magic show.
Yes.
That was
Yes.
amazing. Yeah. That was so fun. What's great about when you perform, when you're out here, whether it's virtually, is it's still fun for me. I've known you now for 15 years, so I've seen a bit of your magic, but it's fun to see the differences of like kids and adult shows, but to also see the similarities. And what excited me so much when we did the custom magic kits and kind of these magic initiatives that we're trying to do ongoing is that it's universal, like for all ages. You know, it doesn't matter if you're a pediatric cancer patient, if you're an AYA, adolescent young adult, or, you know, you're an old guy. I don't know many people who don't get some joy from magic. So you are the joy spreader yourself. Are we still connected? I know I can't see him right now. Oh, okay. So while we wait for Bruce to come in, a gentle reminder that you can go ahead and donate. If you do have a donation, like through your company or another match, you know, please shoot us an email or message us in like Instagram or something. If you made that donation, we'll add it to the thermometer of the goal for today. Yeah, so I didn't know if that was wrapping up or continue talking. Yeah. So gentle reminder of why this goal and like why we're doing this today is that 3 years ago when I was diagnosed with stage 4 metastatic breast cancer, everyone asked how they could help. And I really didn't know what I needed and I didn't want to ask for help. So I didn't. I just said like, thank you so much for reaching out. Just you doing that is enough. And everyone wanted to help anyway. So I got a whole lot of blankets. Oh, he's back. You've heard this story. And so I was just saying about how 3 years ago when I started this, we did, you know, the GoFundMe and ended up raising $100,000. And I can't believe it that 3 years later, you know, we're only 100,000 away, or really only, you know, just under 70,000 away from reaching $1 million raised, which is really just unbelievable. And some of those funds of what we've done is to spread joy for all ages, and magic has been such a big part of that.
Well, the Society of American Magicians is very happy to be matched up with you to help you out any way you can, because it takes a little magic, not to sound corny, but it takes a little magic when you're going through a cancer treatment. First of all, a couple of things I need to get out. You know, you're my daughter-in-law. You married my son. And my wife, Arlene, who had cancer 10 years ago, 10 years ago, is cancer free right now and is still with us. And I'm very happy about that. So I've gotten the experience of helping out during a cancer thing. We are very proud of you, of what you accomplished in these last 3 years, and the fact that you include us in some of the stuff that you do. I was going to mention CHOC, which is what is it? Children's Hospital,
Orange County. Yeah,
Children's Hospital of Orange County. We had Glozell was my lady assistant.
Yes. Oh man, you and Glozell are the ultimate duo.
But I want to show you something that and we were teaching the kids over the broadcast on how to do the magic tricks, and we started with no one in the studio, and then all of a sudden all of the elevators started coming down with kids with the magic sets in their hands, and had a great time. But this deck of cards reminds me of that day, and this is a deck of cards that some kids made for me. And let me just show you how cute this is. First of all, the backs, they hand drew all the backs, you see.
Oh, wow,
no
that's
two are the same, which makes it really, really easy to play cards because you know what you got. And on the other side, they drew each card. So like that's a 10 of hearts. That's a 2 of clubs. That's I don't know what that is. they're really
creative license clever on them. I love it.
Yeah, but they're really cool. And for years I've been trying to figure out how I can use these, because a lot of people can't read what they are. But if you think about them and you start staring at them long enough, they start making sense and start making sense and start making sense.
Whoa.
So it's kind of neat to be able to do some magic here. And show
did you hand draw those ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think so. But the problem with it is when you stop thinking about them, they all turn back to what they were before, which were just messes.
Oh my goodness.
And just, you know, things
that is so cool.
But CHOC was a great day.
Yeah, that was a great day. And man, what a great seeing that too, and seeing the kids, you know, you gave them
Don't
those
look on their faces.
Yeah, the different tricks that they had, and they got to learn them. Like that day that you performed it, and then I feel like they were so shocked that when you were like, "You get to do this too," it was really just amazing. I can't even explain it. Like that was one of the most special days I think of my life, let alone just through what we've done with We Got This.
It meant a lot. It meant a lot to me too. It was fantastic. Hey, let me show you something else. We have some
Oh
time,
yeah,
right?
please.
Okay, let me show you something else. So this, here's some rope, and I wish you were here to see that this is not a stretchy rope or anything like that. This is nice solid rope. It's boat rope, in fact. Where I'm in Rhode Island, the where there's a lot of boats, and here's the long one. Here's the medium one, right here. And here's, do you know how hard it is to do magic over the internet?
I don't, because it would be incredibly hard for me to do it anywhere.
Anywhere. Well, you're a Magic Castle member, but not a magician member.
Not a magician member.
Not a magician. Not yet. We'll make it happen.
I'm good at eating and drinking there.
And so there you go. There are the 3 different ropes. Okay, 3 different
yep.
sizes. But what's really neat is if you hold the ends together like this, so you can see the ends. I'm trying to make it so that you can. I just dropped it, so we're gonna have to try it again.
Okay.
So let's one more time. You got a few minutes, right?
Oh yeah, we got all the time in the world for you. Yeah.
You got 8 hours. Okay. So here's long, here's medium, and please tell Jimmy the next time I'm at the castle, he's gonna have to come and see it.
Oh yes.
All right.
We'll go
I mean,
see
I
Wicked
spent
together.
8 hours with him at the Flappers. Okay,
it's the
so
least
here
you
we
can
go.
do.
Here are the ropes, 3 different sizes. Ready?
Okay.
It's really weird because over the internet, it looks like they're the same size.
Whoa.
So you've got 1, 2, 3 equal pieces. See?
Wow.
It looks even better here. Yeah.
I mean, it looks really good from here too.
Okay, so when you shake them again, they go back to what they were before. 1, 2, 3 different sizes. There you go.
That was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, so
Now-
what I'm thinking,
No, go ahead.
Well, I had a thought. We hadn't planned on this, but I was just thinking like maybe a way to move the needle right now for anyone watching. You know, going to the Magic Castle is a pretty coveted thing out here. And I'm sure you'll be out, you know, sometime in the new year, you know, to visit, perform. Maybe the next person that donates $1,000. So, Jillian, just let me know if someone donates $1,000. What if we offer to take them to the Magic Castle? You, me, Eric, we'll take them to your show and all that stuff when you're out here.
That would be fantastic. That would be great. I would love to do.
I didn't run it by you, but I figured we could have some fun.
I'll make it happen.
Awesome. And you know, and $1,000 would probably help us get, you know, quite a few magic kits too. So maybe whoever makes that donation, the next time we go to either Chalk or CHLA or where we do the delivery, you know, we can make sure to keep them and everyone updated on what we do with that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so $1,000. Yeah, just so people know, the next person to donate $1,000, you know, text 50155. If you don't have the website, if you're on the website, you'll see the thermometer. Just throw $1,000 in there. It's tax deductible, fully tax deductible. Or at the end of the year, Bruce and I are going to take you to the Magic Castle.
Now understand that you can't just go to the Magic Castle. You have to know a member or be a member to get in. So it's a very exclusive thing. You have to dress up too.
Yes, we'll dress up unless they want to come with a child. Maybe we'll do brunch. But I want them to come see your show, so we should go at night.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So I prepared one more thing for you here, and I understand I'm coming back in a little while, right?
Yeah. We can't do just one, you know.
Yeah, right. So.
I need you to keep me posted too, like how I'm doing. Like you listen to a lot of podcasts.
Oh, you're doing
and things,
great.
So if you have tips, it gives me a couple of buffers. Thank you.
Yeah. But I prepared something for when I come back.
Okay.
But I need everybody to help out. So anybody that's watching right now, go get a deck of cards. If you have a deck of cards in your house, go get a deck of cards. You're going to need it. We're going to do a card trick together.
Oh, I love that.
It's hard to do over the internet. We're going to try it and see if it'll work. So that's for the next time.
Okay. Do we know what time are you coming back on? That way we can tell them, make sure they have a deck of cards ready. Around 4:15.
4:45.
for 4:15 Pacific time or 7:15 Eastern time, around then. I mean, I'm not perfect on timing, but
Right.
have a deck of cards ready. Bruce is gonna do a magic trick with you.
It'll
We'll
blow
find
your
out.
mind because I'm not there and you're using your own decks.
Yes, I
Okay?
love it. And then we'll
All right.
hopefully have a winner then too that we're hanging out with, and hopefully they're cool.
Okay. So I prepared a little film thing to do. Anybody, you're going to do this, you're going to touch your screen when you see this film, okay? So just
Okay.
follow what I did in the film, and I think you'll see some really cool magic. All right. But before I start, here's my prediction. I'm going to hold it up. There's my prediction. Okay. You ready? Here we go. Somebody dropped their playing cards. What a mess. But we can still make it magical if you're ready to interact with the screen. Point to any card. No, do it. Now find the nearest green card and point to it. Next, search for the nearest black card. Make sure it's the closest one and point to that. Finally, look for the nearest purple card and point to that. Keep pointing. Let's find out what card you picked.
Queen of Hearts. Eric picked it. That
There
is
it
so
is, the
cool.
Queen of Hearts.
Okay, so now, and there it is. Wow, I've never seen that.
No, I made it for you.
Aw, you're the best. Thank you. That was so
Good for
fun.
you.
Aw, I love that. Great job.
So the next time I'm back in a little
Okay.
while, let's make sure everybody has a deck of cards.
Okay,
okay.
everyone has a deck
You
of cards.
actually don't need a whole deck of cards. You only need 5 red cards and 5 black cards.
Okay, sounds good.
5
And
reds and
then
5 black.
whoever donates $1,000, we'll announce that as well. And I'm excited I get to see you again. So this is like we're all just hanging out, but
You never know.
across the country.
You never know. Magic through the internet. The magic of the internet.
That
There you
alone
go.
is pretty magical. I know. Well, I love you very much, and I'll see you back here, around 4:15, 7:15 Eastern.
Okay, I'll be waiting.
All right. Love you. We'll see you soon.
Love you too. Love
Bye.
you both.
Mwah. Bye. Yeah. Okay. Let's see where we're at. That was fun. Okay. They're going to need 1 more minute. Hey, let's wait to do a tally. I got some ads here. I say ads, but it's really just some brands that I really like. One company I actually just met recently from our friend Eric Tash from Worthy for 30 podcast, and it's called Removery, and they do tattoo removal, but many people might not know this, but when you get radiation, sometimes they have to do tattoos to be able to position where they have to do the radiation each time to make sure it's the same spot. And they're just little dots, but they're tattoos, so they're permanent. And not only people might not want a tattoo or a dot on them forever, but it also can be kind of triggering and something that you never get to really forget about. So Removery does free removal for any cancer patient or anyone who had to have radiation, which I just think is super cool. So there's someone we're excited to learn more about. I know they have a studio right in Woodland Hills where I live, so it's been pretty amazing. So I am super pumped about this next guest. Let me throw this card. Let me throw this card. Woo! All right. So this next guest, I've known for a long time from so many different fun things, but particularly at UCB, Baby Wants Candy that Eric drums in. He is hilarious. I'm so excited to catch up with Chris Grace. How are you?
Hello, can you hear me?
Hey. Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. This is fun.
Okay, Alyssa, has this whole thing just been a pitch for you to get a talk show? Is that the actual premise of this? This
I mean,
entire organization.
I didn't think of that, but if I'm being honest, Chris, I'm gonna need a job at some point. So if you know any, let me know. I'm so excited to see you. I feel like I see you because you're, all over the interwebs of amazing stuff. But I haven't gone to talk to you one on one, so I'm super pumped to. How have you been? How's your Thanksgiving and everything?
Pretty good. I'm in New York City. I was doing presumably here to do a press tour for my comedy special, but more like I just saw a bunch of Broadway shows.
So which Broadway shows?
uh, I saw Oh Mary, which is hilarious.
Okay.
I saw Kenneth Branagh in King Lear. Last night I saw Teeth, the musical. But Friday, everybody loves this idea. I saw a show called Gats, which is a retelling of The Great Gatsby, and it's 8 hours long.
Wait, what? Wait. So like how does it draw it out 8 hours?
Because a man starts reading the book The Great Gatsby, and he reads the entire book.
And you saw it?
Yeah, and it's honestly one of the best things I've ever seen.
I love The Great Gatsby. Like, I mean, I liked the movie and stuff, but I was really into the book, which like I was never that into that many books. So I wonder if I can even sit still. I mean, you know what?
Oh, I
was just
think you
gonna
would love
say-
it if you like it.
But
Because my husband Eric was like, "Well, what do you think of The Great Gatsby?" And I was like, "I don't know. I think it's pretty good." And I was in my head, I was like, "I think I know the plot." And then about 10 minutes into this, I was like, "Oh, I've never read The Great Gatsby. I didn't know the plot. I didn't know what was coming."
Oh
It
yeah,
was great.
old money, new money, the all the things. But it was funny because I was about to say I don't know if I could sit for 8 hours, but I'm literally doing that right now.
Well, yeah, and that's why my segment is going to be reading The Great Gatsby, starting.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
My dad used to give me advice, and he would say, "I don't know, don't be critical of other people because you have privilege." That's remember how it starts.
Well, thanks for staying on theme with the musicals. I know one musical you didn't see was Wicked with Jimmy Pardo.
Yes, I have not seen. He did well. One, Jimmy Pardo refuses all of my invitations to everything. Jimmy Pardo, I could be like, "Hey, I've got a ticket to see front row to see Chicago and Kiss on the same night," and he'd be like, "Oh, I'll find my own ticket on the other side of the arena."
Well, that's Jimmy, right? I mean, now I've met him once, so we're basically best friends. So I can put in a good
Best
word
friends.
if you need.
So also Wicked is something I've never seen the stage show of. And now I have seen the movie, and I am slightly annoyed that I have to avoid spoilers for a year now for Act Two.
Oh, that is so true. I didn't realize till we were coming to the end of the movie that it wasn't the whole musical. I was like, wait, they didn't do this song or that song. And Eric's like, yeah, it's part one. I guess I wasn't in the loop on things.
Well, so I told my husband, I was like, well, every song I know from Wicked, they've already sung. So what else is there to do?
Yeah.
And then basically I was lobbing out these questions about Wicked to my husband, to Eric. And he was just like, well, I can't say anything. Cause I was kind of like, so if you've seen Wicked, I'm sure you know what but basically I was like, what's the deal with that like lion that they like released or whatever? And he was like, I don't know. And it's like, okay, whatever.
I love that. Well, maybe we can double date for part 2 when it comes out.
For sure.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about something which I hope you don't mind. It might be more of like a throwback, but Eric and I watched in its entirety Superstore, and it just made me so happy whenever I would see your character, and you were just hilarious. And
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Oh my God. It was like really, I mean, I knew before I watched Superstore that you had, a part in it because Eric had talked about it, been like, oh, Chris, you look at, because he watched it before me. And then when we watched it like completely, I'm like, oh my God, he's a piece of this.
It became a big arc. I mean, the weirdest
know.
thing was, I don't know, you might be too young for this, but like growing up, February, I think it's like November, February, and May were sweeps month for the networks, which is, I mean, I don't think it's such a thing anymore, but it used to be the month when the networks, their ratings would determine like the rates they would get paid for ads the rest of the year. So like those months were really important. So that's where there would always be these big events during, like on your favorite drama, someone got shot in November, and we're going to reveal who it is. So the wedding of Sandra and Jerry was like the sweeps month episode for February, like Valentine's Day ish. And like on Facebook, I was getting like viral ads of me and Kaliko with like hearts, and it was these voiceovers was like, don't miss the marriage of Sandra and Jerry, and what's Carol gonna do? And it was very surreal to see like marketing around your own face being like marketing implying that your face was part of the most important episode on television that month.
I love
very
that
weird.
so much. Yeah. I mean, that was such a fun episode. And I mean, that must have been so fun to be a part of it. I remember always driving by the Superstore.
Yeah.
That was the actual set, right? Like by
that was part of it, yeah.
Yeah.
But now it's all been torn down for new studios. It was nice driving over Barham and seeing like the Cloud9 logo as you went by.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I love that. Thanks for sharing that story with us too. That was so much fun watching you on that. And I know you've probably known a bit about, we've been working on We Got This for a while, and we launched the gift registry for cancer patients last year. And
That's
I
right.
didn't know if you thought about, what type of things you would register for if you had one.
Oh, I would definitely do Crocs.
Yes.
Because I was in on Crocs when they first started.
Me
and
too,
everybody made fun of me.
I think. Yeah.
And then I would say for a solid 10 years, nobody was wearing Crocs except for like nurses, like people who were like, oh, I need this for work.
Mm-hmm.
And then only I would say like 5 years ago, suddenly the kids are wearing it with those gibbets and all that.
It's super. Yeah, there's like KFC ones that have like a chicken nugget gibbets on it.
Yep.
Okay, but are you familiar with Hey Dude?
Yes, I am.
Okay, yes. Do you have thoughts?
I tried some Hey Dudes. I got some Hey Dudes. I got some camo. I got a shotgun. No. No, I did try some because everybody's talking about how comfortable they are. And to me, they're just, for whatever reason, they weren't super comfortable on my ankles. But they seem nice. I mean, I like any casual shoes.
I was gonna say,
yeah, I like
I
them.
was
I think they
wear
look cool
personally.
too.
Yeah.
Those look really cool.
I actually got these literally off of my registry. Somebody ordered them for me.
Wait, do they have fleece inside?
Yeah, it's like
Okay, well,
it's
that's
like
ridiculous.
A real shoe, but a slipper. I just put them on today for the first time, and
Yeah.
we partnered with Crocs since the beginning. They were one of our first partners with Bombas, like kind of at the same time, and they bought Hey Dude like a couple years ago, I think, and I never really tried it, and now like a lot of my friends work on the Hey Dude side. And I'm like, these look really cool, boat shoes are saying look. And then I'm like, oh my God, they're really comfortable. This isn't a promo for Hey Dude. I have nothing to gain here, but I just actually, I really like them. So I figured I'd mention since you mentioned Crocs.
Well, right now I'm in New York and it's 31 degrees, so I wouldn't mind having those fleece ones right now.
Yeah, I mean, you'd still be cold on your ankles. We got to get you something more
Yeah,
industrial.
well, wait. Oh, don't you have Bombas socks that I can put on
Oh,
there?
yeah.
Okay, because those
definitely.
socks are incredible.
Yeah.
Well, and then what was the other one? I need that one that helps you take pills at the right time.
Oh, the Took Take. That's a great
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, Took Take is actually, she's a local entrepreneur and survivor.
Oh, got it.
And it's like a sticker you put right on and pull off if you've taken it. I really like those too. And just to mention, as we're talking about, so like all the partners that we have, a lot of them give, different discounts or donations back and things like that. But on the registry, which I actually just created my own for the first time, like 3 years in, because I had surgery.
Wait,
4 weeks
really?
ago.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. I was all about like, by the time I created it, like I wanted it to be a thing for everyone else. I was raising money and all that for it. And finally, I started getting all the text messages like, how can I help? What can I do? And I was like, oh, I created a nonprofit because of this, so I probably shouldn't say nothing and let people be involved. And you can register for literally anything. So like we partner with stuff. Like if you wanted to go to a Broadway show, or like go to a concert, or get a guitar, or like whatever it is that you could need. I mean, people register for barf bags and wheelchairs too. It's really anything that could be beneficial to you throughout treatment or living with cancer. So that's been why, setting it all up was so robust. I just mentioned it because it came up with kind of like, as we're talking about partners, and I think a lot of people don't realize why it is so expensive and time consuming creating what we did. And it's because it's not just inventory or like specific brands that benefit from the registry. Most of the brands don't know how much we've been promoting them. So like we should probably start sending them some stats, especially with our Good Morning America feature. We got them in front of like 2 million people, which was awesome. But a lot of it is really just so that people like me can like literally ask for anything they want. Like one of the most random things I asked for is I got a flask from Liquid Death because I really like Liquid Death water. And I didn't really, I thought it was more like a water bottle, if I'm being honest. But I mean, it's very cool. It's like an actual flask. We filled it with water, so I can just be like chilling here.
Wow.
Drinking.
Now, I can just ask, between the Hey Dude shoes and the Liquid Death, are you like a bro? Is that what's happening?
I mean, like, I've season hockey tickets and stuff, you know?
Tell me about the crypto coin that you're into. No.
I mean,
no, I will say that's a great thing to know. Oh my gosh. That's a great thing to know because I should have put on my registry the theater ticket that I just bought for my husband.
Yes.
Actually, Eric, who has renal cell carcinoma, could put it on his registry.
Does he have an active registry?
No, we got to do one.
Oh my God!
You know what? We were just waiting for you to make one, Alyssa.
Yes. Sorry, I was the bottleneck, but have him make one and then send it over so we can see some of the things and help him brainstorm because it's a group activity.
Absolutely, but also I should have done it before because I already bought him this ticket. So because I saw O'Mary Saturday with Cole Escola, and they're so funny. I mean, the show is so funny. It's really good. But they just announced that they are extending and changing actors, which means that Cole Escola's last performance is January 19th. So I just bought my husband I'll tell him not to watch this because it's a surprise.
Oh, shoot.
But
yeah.
No, it's fine. I'll say it on here. Everybody else can know.
We bought him a flask.
I bought him a Liquid Death flask, and I bought him I guess a Lips telephone is what that was.
It is. It is.
Yeah. And no, I bought him a ticket to the next to last Cole Escola performance of O'Mary.
Oh, I love that.
But what you're saying is I could have put that on the registry.
Totally. You could put that on the registry, but now you can also just put like for people to donate in general, like how GoFundMe works. So like in the profile for him, you could be like, hey, we're like going to see some Broadway shows and other things. So if you want to just contribute towards, us living lives and being humans and being joyful, like they can just do that as well. So the sky's the limit. Kind of like a honey fund or how any of that stuff works. Yeah.
Yeah, I like this because oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry, Eric. My husband.
Boo.
Yeah, no, love him. He's telling me it's time to wrap up, but I just feel like we have so much to catch up on. So I will follow up because we gotta.
Yeah, let's follow up. I wanted to say what's nice about this idea, the concept of this registry is that I mean, believe me, we have had plenty of Amazon orders from barf bags, like in the car, or like every station of our life has a barf bag nearby, right?
Yeah.
But do you want a registry that's all filled with that kind of stuff? I don't think so. I think it's nice to have, this is basically like magical elves bringing you fun things in your life, and I think that's just a nicer vibe.
I couldn't agree more. Obviously, I'm very biased. But I also feel like that whole piece, too, is really projecting out, like prioritizing people understanding what we're going through, like understanding that, like, you can be living with cancer but still want to go to Broadway shows, or still go to hockey games like me and things like that. This stuff's important.
And also, I think that if I'm going to buy something for someone's registry, there's something also nicer about buying them something fun,
I mean, I feel more fun about that. Like, we've been going around surprising people with championship belts and things like that. And it makes life more fun. We got
for example, now I'm going to buy you a bunch of, based on the other things like the hockey and the liquid, I'm going to buy you a bunch of vapes now. Because I guess that's the kind of person you are.
We'll meet up in Silver Lake. We'll grab an IPA. We'll call it a day. So let me know. Let me know when you're back in LA.
I will.
But thank you so much. Appreciate and love you guys. And we will be in touch to chat more. Thanks so much for supporting today and whatever you post about or spread the word of just people who might need it. It means so much to us. So thank you.
Thanks so much, Alyssa. Keep your energy up.
I'm in it. I'm here. I'm in it. I'm having fun. This is a really fun day. So thanks for being a part of it.
Okay. All right. See y'all later.
All right. Talk to you soon. All right. All right. Let's do a tally. What are we at? Oh, okay. Where's the no at the top? Okay, I like that they had to cross it out a few times because we kept getting in donations, and we are now at $44,526.48. How about that? We're only, just under $5,500 away from halfway to our goal. So if people are seeing this, I don't know if we've had the $1,000 donation yet. So Magic Castle with me and Bruce Calver is still on the table. We're going to take you and, probably buy you some drinks, some appetizers. We're going to have a good time. But this is unbelievable, right? Obviously, today's goal is to raise $100,000. Do I think we can do it? I mean, yeah, but I dive in the cold end regardless. So we're excited and appreciate everyone's help. So I'm going to give this back. I hope it gets crossed out many more times. Thank you, Amber. I'm going to put you on the spot later more. I am very excited for this next guest. A good friend, fellow badass mom. Allison Hagendorf is here remotely with us. Allison, can you hear me? Oh, not quite yet. So Allison can't hear me yet. While we're waiting and I get the thumbs up, we went over removery and the radiation tattoos. If anyone needs removal for that or has any questions, feel free to message us, on Instagram at WeGotThis.org, anything like that. We're partnering with them to make sure that patients who need it and want to get rid of those tattoos are able to. So definitely let us know if that's the case. Speaking of tattoos, rock and roll, all the fun things, Allison Hagendorf is here. Allison, can you hear me? Maybe not yet. All right, so if at any point Allison can start hearing me, give me a thumbs up. Well, we have a little bit of a delay. Is Amber still around? Yep. Amber, could you pull another name of a registry off of Jillian's list there? Oh, perfect. I love that. I love that quarter zip from Not Dead Yet Fest. Here, you announce it. Sit down with me for a second.
I'm chewing.
Okay. Fair. Yes. I'm so demanding. Sorry, unrealistic. Okay, Allison is here. We're just gonna, Allison. I was killing
here.
Time because you couldn't hear me. We're giving.
Can you hear
away,
me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Oh, perfect. Yay.
You can be a part of what I was just killing time with, which was a good use of time. We're giving away Squishmallows quite a bit today. Do you have any Squishmallows? Do the kids or anything?
I
love
do.
those?
Cole and Dylan both have them, but I sort of steal them because they're just so soothing and comforting. I feel like everyone needs a Squishmallow. That's
I
the
know.
best.
I use them, in general for life, but after I just had my lumpectomy the other week, I have one of the smaller ones. I just shove it between my armpit and it is heaven. So I think is this Angie Sailing in Wisconsin? She has a gift registry on WeGotThis.org. We didn't do people didn't have to tag or anything like that. We just pulled random registries. So Angie Sailing in Wisconsin, we're gonna ship her out a Squishmallow. So that was that's awesome. What Amber brought over. So it's pretty fun. I'm gonna win. Mine. I know. Thank you so much for being a part of this. I just treasure any time that I get to be with you. You were such an amazing
I feel
person.
the same way about you. I mean, it's like love fest with you.
It's just what I find so amazing is you are such an incredible person and you're so nice and kind, but you are so cool. And I always, I feel like me and all the other ones were always saying this to you. And I would totally understand if you were a jerk. I really would. But you were just so nice and so fun to hang out with. But I come to your birthday party and we're hanging out, with Tom Morello. It's you
Yes,
don't
from Rage
live
Against the
in the
Machine.
same world that we're in. It's it is unbelievable. You made Eric's dream come true when you did your episode with Incubus. The Allison Hagendorf show is just a blast. I know you've had the Allison Hagendorf show for a bit, but I feel like the revamp happened this year, right? With your studio and everything.
Yes, and believe it or not, we're going to revamp it again next year because, my dream has always been to do it in front of a live audience and make it really an event. So next year, I'm actually sharing this for the first time. We're going to be doing the Allison Hagendorf show live from the Roxy, which is so exciting.
We just exclusively announced
You
that
did.
here?
You
Guys,
just did. You just got it.
Oh my God.
Yes, you just
Katie,
got
if
it.
we can put. Oh, so Katie, sorry, they can't hear us here. Katie, who's
Oh.
running our social media. So Allison Hagendorf just announced that her podcast next year will be live with a studio audience at the Roxy on Sunset. Eric, oh my God, I just realized Eric couldn't even hear that. So like, we're really intimate here. It's just us and the viewers at home. We've got like an audience full here, but I got like this in ear, so we got good sound quality and everything. I am so excited. I don't know how we get like season passes to this, but I want to be at every single episode.
Yes, you, of course, open invitation. And Eric has really proven himself. He should be at every single episode.
Yeah. Well, and I love it because, Eric being at the episode, we met Ariel, who's doing a ton of work with you and all this fun stuff. I mean, you attract amazing people. So when will this transfer happen, like that you start doing the Roxy? Is there a date?
Well, no, it's just such an early, the fact that I'm even saying this is like inappropriate. Like it's so early. We don't even know like when it's coming to fruition. But
anyone listening, just keep it a secret. We didn't just post it on Instagram or anything.
It's okay. But you know what? If me
we
and
don't
the
have
show
to,
is just
so you know. We're still time. We don't have to post it. We won't.
Okay. Well, we can talk about it. But, music for me is my religion and it's a love language and it's medicine. Music is medicine. And I think we can all agree through any hard times or happy times, music has been the soundtrack and has gotten us through it. So for me, it's community. And that's why I want to bring it in front of like a live audience, because I like to see people's faces, responding in the moments of hearing the stories and learning more about the humans behind the artists.
I could not love that more. I love the way you explain that too. Like, of course, I feel so wholeheartedly that way too. It was in the middle of chemo initially, I was like bald. It was COVID still. I was like very immunocompromised. And my friend Adina, my good friend who's Lindsay Sterling's manager, and that she messaged us and was like, hey, so I have tickets for John Legend at the Greek. And like the VIP is outside. You'll meet him through plexiglass. The event's at the Greek. It's outdoors. Like, I feel like you could come to this. And so we're like, let's do it. And I went to a concert so much sooner than I thought I'd be able to, like just in life in general, especially while living with cancer. And it changed everything for me. I felt like that night was when I really came up with the idea that I didn't know yet of We Got This, because I realized and originally the idea of We Got This was I was like, let's just find ways to do cool things like this. Like I got to, I know there's Make-A-Wish, we love all these nonprofits and stuff, but this was like instant, right? This was like, hey, I have tickets tomorrow, come to the show. And it was like, it just hit me when I needed it. And it made such a difference. Live music just like brings out joy.
Live music is sort of what I live for. I feel my most myself at a live show. And then also, even if you're not at a live show, sharing a playlist with someone, making an old school mixtape, like that's another form of love. And, that I did that for my sister while she's been going through her journey. And it's just, music is just so powerful and it's such a connector. They say one of the most intimate things you can do is like share headphones with someone, while you're listening to the same song. I love that. Yeah.
That's amazing. And you're obviously an amazing sister too. And I know one thing, it helped me actually recently, my lumpectomy too. I had those Sleep Again pillow system that hopefully your sister enjoyed too. The founders of that are fellow, thrivers, survivors. And it's like, it's these kinds of things that we don't know we need or start talking about that like make such a big impact. And that can be like very specific to like when you get a mastectomy, you can't roll over and you need specific pillows. But it can also be that like in the middle of chemo, you want to feel like the human you were before cancer and you want to go to the Greek. And like, I love that, our community that we're building, I feel like aligns so well with the community you're going to be building at the Roxy and the community you already have, of course, just through your amazing show and all of that. But it's just so important, I think, like to value ourselves, like as well as each other. I think a lot of times we're like, we want to do so much for everyone else. We don't want to ask for ourselves. And, you've just been, you and the family, of course, have been so supportive. We've known each other since, so I already had cancer when we met because our kids were at Clubhouse together.
Yes.
And I remember we had like a signed guitar or something that we were auctioning off. And Bridget from Clubhouse was like, you have to meet Allison Hagendorf. And, she told me all about you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Allison is so fucking cool. I swear. Oh,
I think you're so cool. So It's a mutual admiration for
Yeah,
sure.
well, appreciate it so much. What else do you have going on? Because you do like other hosting and things too, right? Still.
Yes, I just got like a reminder, on your iPhone. It tells you what you were doing like a year ago. A year ago from today, I was at Madison Square Garden hosting the final Kiss show ever.
Oh my
And
God.
it was just such a surreal thing to be on the main stage of Madison Square Garden, where I'm from New York, so it's like extra special.
Yes.
But be there for that moment of the band that's been a band for 50 years. Moments like that just never get lost on me. Not just because I'm like a fan of the music, but just to be really part of history. I couldn't be any more honored. And I'm excited for this next year because I think the Allison Hagendorf show, which is what I've wanted to do since I was a little girl, seeing Dick Clark on American Bandstand, using music as this connector. I just feel like we need love and light more than ever. And
Yes.
I just am excited to continue that connection in the new year.
Oh, I love that so much. I mean, for people watching and listening, if you haven't already looked up Allison or know her work and all that she's done, I mean, you've seen her on New Year's Eves and in Times Square, right? Hosting and like,
Yeah.
I mean, you've just met everyone's idols, like, and you can
They're my
tell-
idols too.
Yeah,
they're my idols too,
yeah.
for sure.
I love it.
I'm sort of the ultimate music fan that just made that my life. That's
brilliant.
just sort of the best way to describe it. I'm first and foremost a music fan. I just thought that everyone loved music the way I love music. And then I realized as I got older, I was like, I think maybe my love for music's a little special. But
Well, I'm glad you leaned
yeah.
into it. If you had a
did.
WeGotThis.org registry, what would you put on it?
Yeah, I mean, music, sparks joy for me. So, I think for my sister and like functional things, of course, meal delivery is like such a saving grace. It's like
Yeah.
amazing. It's like functional, but music stuff really makes me smile. So whether that would be, tickets to a show or special access or just like fun, music stuff, like I love
Yeah.
just music, like this, I collect these. So like the Kurt Cobain,
Yes.
I just love stuff like that. And of course I have my Dave Grohl pillow and like fun
Yes.
things like this that just like bring joy, that are very unique gift. Like even this Golden Girls shirt. It looks like it's a Def Leppard shirt, but it's a
Oh
Golden
yeah,
Girls
I
shirt.
didn't realize till you lifted it up. I love that.
Yeah.
That's like I was
Obsessed
saying
with the Golden Girls.
earlier. Like I put
Obsessed.
on my actual registry a liquid death flask.
Yeah,
I just, like,
exactly.
There's some things that just make me happy. This is filled with water, and I just think, like, I was thinking, like, oh, if I need to take my pills or something on the run, but I don't want to bring my whole water bottle, maybe I throw a flask of water in my bag.
That's
like,
so rock and roll of you.
Right?
It's badass. Punk rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, you're a rock star.
Well, I do my best to follow in your footsteps of any way. I have an idea. This is like totally
Okay.
off the cusp. If you're open to having, I want to talk about one thing,
Yeah.
and then we have to wrap it up quick. Do we have any of those ukuleles around? So we started partnering with the Guitar Center Foundation. We were doing a day of service event for my college alumni, Babson College, and Guitar Center Foundation, we reached out to them and we were like, music is really important to us, like you were saying. And we were like, how cool would it be if for the event, like everyone, we had families, like kids and adults, and we all decorated ukuleles.
Yes.
Like in
That
all
is
different
the
ways.
sickest.
Isn't that cool?
That's
And we
the
still
best
have-
idea.
We
Best
have
idea.
some that can still be decorated too. So I don't have this idea hashed out because I literally just saw this while we were on the phone together, like phone meaning here.
Yeah.
But we have
I
like
love
20
this idea.
of these. So maybe what we'll do is with the ones we have left, we can figure out like a fun way to decorate them, and maybe we can deliver them together to like CHLA or one of our hospital or fellow nonprofit
I
partners.
would be honored. Yes, please. That is the best
Awesome.
idea, and I want to be part of it. That is
All
so
right,
cool.
let's
That
do
is
it. Maybe
so
we can get some of your
cool.
friends to like sign some, and we'll do
Yes.
some cool things.
Of
Okay.
course.
All right, so someone take notes.
We should
who's-
start with Tom Morello from the birthday party. We should start with Tom.
Exactly. Yeah, let Tom know. We would, and he can like decorate a whole one if he wants. We should just have an arts and crafts party with Tom.
Of course. I mean, dreams do come true.
Yes. You are the best. I'm excited
Oh,
about the
you
way
are.
that we can deliver these ukuleles. And this is like,
Yes.
this is what I thrive off of. Like, we get, really generous donations and ideas, and like we plant those seeds as they come up, and then we get the donations and we get the funding or whatever it is, and then we find ways to like partner with our friends and other people making a difference and all this stuff to help spread the word. And like, this takes so many forms of people getting to be a part of it. Like, that's the whole we. So thank you for being such a big part of that.
That's what it's all about. It's like taking our passions and our interests and weaving them all together so we can all do something wonderful as a team, as a community, as a culture.
I love it. You're the best. Rock
You
and
are.
roll.
Thank you for including me, and I'm so excited about this ukulele idea. Like, count me in.
I'll be
So
in touch.
good.
I'll text you after my 8-hour live stream stint.
Please do. Please do.
All right, I'll talk
Thank
to you soon. Thanks,
All right, talk
Allison.
soon. Thank
Bye.
you. Okay, bye-bye.
All right. Cool. Well, I thought that was a good idea, right? Are we? Yeah, awesome. Well, we have these live streams here. Everyone's sitting so patiently. Thank you guys. And the guests waiting, they can't hear the other end of it. So they're only hearing me being like this weirdo talking to myself, which is that tracks. But yeah, I'm excited. I think Allison was genuinely excited about that initiative. So we're gonna work on that with her. Next up, we got Matt Besser here. Matt, can you hear me?
Hello, happy holidays.
Hey, happy holidays to you too. Thank you so much for being a part of this.
Thanks for letting me do my dumb holiday songs.
Oh my God. I meant to, I won't have time. I brought a Christmas sweatshirt I was going to wear from F Cancer, but it's too much effort to change. But I want to hear what you got going on. First, how was your Thanksgiving now that we're leading into Christmas?
It was great. It was a small Thanksgiving. We went to a cheesy tourist trap and had terrible food, frankly.
Where was the tourist trap?
Do you live in LA near
Yes.
Burbank? They have this. I'm really calling out this restaurant,
Oh,
but they have.
you know what? You don't have to.
Let's just say it has a view, and that's the best thing it has. Is that fair?
I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay. Well, if you ever want to go golfing near there, let me know too.
Oh, okay. I noticed that.
Yeah. I didn't mean that as calling them out. I was thinking like, oh, were you away? Or being a tourist in your own city, I guess, is fun too. But yeah, I'm excited. So Eric and Dana were filling me in on that you have some songs that are going to get us in the holiday spirit.
I do. Well, there are different points of view in the that you usually hear. Like this first one is a response song, you could say, to "Away in the Manger," "Silent Night," "Little Town of Bethlehem." All those songs I'm mentioning have the same bad guy who's catching strays, which is the innkeeper who has no room for the babe. You don't think about that, but he comes off as an asshole in the song. And so I've written a song from his point of view, if you don't mind. I got my lyrics here, so I'm gonna...
Yeah. Thanks for digging deep here for us. I'm excited.
Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna open my flask of water.
Running in Bethlehem. I got no room and I got no friends, that's why I'm running in. Couple came to me today with a baby on the way, but I told them I got no vacancy, they can go stay in the hay. Joseph thought this news was rude. Mary gave me attitude about sleeping in the barn with the cows that poo. Don't think that manger's good. Sorry, Mary, but I'm running in Bethlehem. I got no room and I got no friends, that's why I'm running in. Mary tried to threaten me, said her baby was from Galilee. He's part of the Holy Trinity, but that don't mean shit to me. Don't care that you're virgin immaculately. I don't care about Bright Star looking down on me. I just know I got no vacancy. A barn seems just fine to me. Don't care if it is a sin. Don't care that you're the king of men. I don't believe I gotta say it again. We ain't got no room at the inn. We got no room at the inn. We got no room. Well, we do have that presidential suite that the wise man reserved, but he does pay in myrrh, so we got no room at the inn.
Yes. Woo! Thank you,
Does that work?
Matt. Yes. And what I love about it is I can't really see your guitar, so it feels like it's like you've got like a whole background band, you know?
That doesn't play very well. I should have hired a better band.
No, this is fantastic.
Do you hear the
Thank you.
guitar? I hope.
Oh yeah. No, it sounds
that's
great.
good. That's
yeah.
good.
I feel like I'm
I
right
like
there
that I
with
don't
you.
mic it.
Yeah, I promise I'm not there with you. Nothing creepy happening today, but I feel a part of this, so thank you. Do you wrote that recently? Have you performed that yet? Was that the premiere?
That is the premiere of all my songs, probably.
Yeah,
No,
all
I've
your
never,
songs?
I've never played that before. But I
Thank
loved
you.
Johnny Cash Christmas specials when I was growing up, so I'm always
I love
trying
Johnny
to
Cash.
get his ghost
Yeah.
to inspire me.
And
look,
yeah.
Sometimes it's sold out. Sometimes it's standing room only. Sorry, Mary. I hope it helped your
Exactly.
story. I hope it made you feel more meek.
Do you do improv music too? I know you have Improv for Humans, your podcast, which is amazing.
I've done it poorly.
Yeah, I mean quality doesn't
I've
matter.
done it.
It's
We
kinda
all do
like-
things that we're not good at. But
Like I've ran a marathon.
I'm fair.
I didn't win it. Yeah.
Did you do all 26?
I did all 26.2, you know, and that's
There you
that's
go.
all that matters, you know.
I've done point two.
There you go. We have actually a marathon team for LA. If you want to come do a 5K or a half, you can be part of our team. You can you can play these ditties at the cheering tent.
Yeah.
I hear you have one more for us.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so are you a fan of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the claymation?
I mean, I feel like if you're not a fan of that, then I don't even know what you'd be a fan of. I love that.
I'm taping up my lyrics here as I set this up. But I was always a fan of that, but I was intrigued, fascinated, obsessed with the Island of Misfit Toys. What's your opinion on that? Do you remember the Island of Misfit Toys?
Not as well. If you want to give us your opinion to set the
Okay.
stage here before the song.
Okay, so if you remember, Rudolph, he at one point is on the Island of Misfit Toys, and that's where toys go that are screwed up,
Oh.
that are fucked up, that the elves didn't make well. There's a Charlie in the box. There's a boat that doesn't float. There's a bike with square wheels. It's that kind of thing. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a sad.
That's
It's a
how
sad,
we feel.
sad place.
Yeah, that's how we feel in the cancer community sometimes. We're like off with neuropathy, you know, all that good stuff. But like, hey, I would want to be like Rudolph any day of the week, so I like the spin.
So Rudolph was considered broken himself until we learned better, and there was a use for him, right?
I love it.
So this song is from the point of view of two different toys on the Island of Misfit Toys, and one is a squirt gun that shoots only jelly instead of water.
Okay.
And then the other toy is a cowboy. Cowboys usually ride a what?
A horse.
Yes, exactly. But not this cowboy. He rides an ostrich, and he feels broken and embarrassed by that. So these are, from their point of view, I'll start with the squirt gun. See that guitar?
I love it.
I squirt myself today to feel my own jelly. I focus on the fact that no child can love me. The squirt gun's main purpose is to squirt a water stream, but I'm filled with no such thing. I ruin every child's dream. What kind of toy am I? A jelly gun. Every kid I know says that I'm no fun. I'll disappoint your mom with my jelly paint. If you squirt me on your shirt, I will leave a stain.
Yes.
I ride an ostrich bird, just like no cowboy should. I wanna be a good toy, but I'm misunderstood. Is the ostrich attached to me, or's me attached to it? Without a clear purpose, both feel like shit. What kind of toy am I? Cowboy without a horse. I bum out all the kids I know, like news of the divorce. I even heard one child say that they had another plan. They'd rather just have the bird without the man. If I could start again, be a toy that's not so lame. I'd rather be a Roblox video game. Thanks y'all for having me on the show. I hope that wasn't too sad. That was about two sad toys, but they eventually find love from girls and boys.
Way.
Yeah, because who wouldn't want a jelly gun?
I love it. And Matt, I appreciate you taking the time so much. One of these days, I'll take you out for dinner at Castaway, okay?
Uh-oh, got him. Castaway getting astray like the innkeeper.
No, but appreciate it so much. That definitely, I think it's officially Christmas time. So thank you for getting us in the holiday spirit. We're, raising money today for the first nonprofit gift registry for cancer patients, and we're all about spreading joy, music, all the great stuff. So thank you so much for being a part of it, and we hope to stay in touch, and you rock. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Take care. All right. How about that? I love the variety show we have going on, and what's great is we had a lot of live streams in a row just now, so everyone's sitting here waiting patiently, and I appreciate it so much. They didn't hear. Oh, turning this off. There we go. I'm doing well. I'm doing great. Honestly, I'm good. Let's just people are here waiting. I want to talk to them. Do you want?
We have another guest for you, and then we're gonna take a little break for you.
Okay.
We're gonna play a couple of videos.
Cool. Well, so the next guest has one of the best names ever, arguably spelt right or wrong. It's up to you. What? What did I do? Guys, why don't you tell me there's 2 there? They told me I could throw things. All right. All right. My next guest has one of the arguably best names ever. Spelled right or wrong, depending on your opinion. We're going to talk about it. Alyssa Sabo! Of course.
This is amazing.
Oh my God, it's so
Where
fun.
do I sit?
Yeah, like
Should I
make
move
yourself
this?
comfortable however you want.
Hello?
It's a little low for Jimmy Pardo.
Oh, Jimmy was here.
Yeah.
My friend, Jimmy.
Yeah. We had fun.
Yeah.
I didn't realize Eric asked him about Wicked. I didn't know that he hated the musical but loved the movie.
Oh,
So
really?
it turned. I didn't even know. It was a great.
I would
planning
love
of
to
scene.
hear his thoughts on that.
We're gonna post this whole live
Oh,
stream. People
perfect.
can keep watching. They can donate. All that good stuff. It's a great segue.
So
Thank
he
you.
didn't like he saw. Did he see it on Broadway? Like,
I believe so.
I won't talk
I
about
know.
that. I guess you're
No,
like,
it threw me for a loop. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
surprised.
That's
yeah,
funny.
but how are you? How was your Thanksgiving? Like, this is our
What
first
did
time
I
meeting in
do?
person, which I
know,
just
this
think
is-
you're wonderful.
Well, first of all, you said that my name is spelled wrong.
No, I said right or wrong depends on your interpretation.
Right.
I'd argue that yours is right. Mine's weird.
Oh, you think my? Well, actually, my full name is not just Alyssa. It's actually Elizabeth, Alyssabeth, and it's a funny story.
Oh.
And you're.
This
I'm
is
gonna
more than I
tell
bargained
you.
for. Let's dig in.
I'll tell you the story. So my mom. This is like one of my weird origin stories. I feel like if I was like a villain, this is like what they would talk about. But like, my mom was gonna name me Elizabeth after like my great grandma, and we had these weird old like Hungarian relatives. And my one aunt, great aunt, she told my mom, like, if you name her Elizabeth, everybody's going to think she's a lizard because they're going to call her Lizzie and they're going to think of lizards, which is like a real thing that she said. And my mom was like, wow, I should really think about that. And my mom like took it into consideration and then made this weird name, which is like one word, Alyssabeth. Anyways, that's my
This is why people don't share baby names. But I love that I didn't know that. So like I love that there's more to your name.
Yeah.
But same with me, not same, different, but similar in
People
the sense
thought
that
you were a lizard.
well, they thought I was a lizard.
Yeah.
Then I grew into myself.
Yeah.
And my name was gonna be Melissa.
Oh, okay.
And I was gonna be named after like great grandfather Morris. And then my Nana Esther passed away when my mom was pregnant with me, and they decided to chop off the M and name me Alyssa.
Oh, so that's
it's
why it's
Elissa.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. We could have
That
a
is
pretty
interesting.
cool
Wow,
like
we should really talk
superhero
about
origin movie scenario.
No, but that is that. Now that I'm thinking about how your name is spelled, it is just Melissa without the M. Yeah. Well, this is amazing. Like
This like totally went beyond my expectations. So we were like, oh, let's do, some kind of live stream, and we messaged Dana, and I was like, what do you think, like, about some ideas? And and then we started talking about it, and then Sarah on my team is like, if you like, so we did a surprise little thing for Eric for his birthday last year, this past summer, and I just had like a bunch of stuff at the house from when we got back, and I came and it was set up like a catering company had been in the house, and that's what I call the Sarah Kovacs effect. I can't take credit for that. It's from our friend Brian, Amber's husband, who said that, and it's so true. So this is a lot of the Sarah Kovacs effect. Amber,
I was hearing
Jillian.
you talk about. So my best friend from high school just got diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer.
Oh, wow.
And she is responding really well to chemo. I was with her. She has 3 children, all under the age of 4. And I spent some time with her this summer while she was going through that. And then I'm going to be with her while she's getting radiation. And I had no idea about the radiation tattoos. So now, but I was like texting with her. I was like, oh my gosh, I have like all this information for you. And this this is truly an amazing
thanks.
thing that you
and thanks
created.
for sharing about, where's your friend located?
So she's in North Carolina, but
cool.
we're going to New York for her radiation treatment.
Okay, we'll send you with a Squishmallow. So let's make a note. What's your friend's name?
Her name's Katie.
So Katie, whether or not she has a registry, would love to have her set one up if she needs anything. But I think Squishmallow needs to head.
No, I mean she's definitely gonna set it. I'll set it up for her.
Yeah.
This is,
But what I love about what you're bringing up is so like this example with Removery doing that for free for patients. So a lot of what we have is obviously the gift registries. And then we have recommendations like products and services.
Right, stuff you wouldn't even know that you like need. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's one of those things where until something like this, even like I've never been pregnant, but I know that like if I ever do decide to like have kids or whatever, I'm gonna have to like call all of my pregnant friends and be like, what am I supposed to do? Like, there's like pillows you need you don't even know about, because like I feel like you have like a big belly is gonna be hard.
That's from this whole idea was because I had been pregnant.
Exactly. So I'm like and like same thing with this, and I've had my own share of like health struggles, and like when you're going through that, you don't know what you need until you're like in it. But it's like kind of having, I don't know, that's the other thing, like when I had a liver transplant when I was 21, and but it's like but you don't know what you need, and you don't know what you're going through, and but the thing that always like brought me the most peace was meeting other people who also had that and then like survived it.
Totally.
And then I would like, it just like that always like, and then you can just talk to them about it. You're like, okay, yeah.
Well, what kind of things like during that time
I know, I was trying to think.
made you feel good? Yeah.
Well, I remember, it was so long ago, I'm so old now. But I do remember like there was, after, obviously it's a huge incision.
Yeah.
And so when I left the hospital, in order to like sneeze, you do have to like hold a pillow on your abdomen.
Yeah.
So I remember there was like a pillow. I'm like holding this.
Yeah, please. I'm gonna hold mine too.
But I mean, even just like I was in the hospital for a month, and there's stuff like that's why like even just when you're in the hospital for a long period of time, you know what I mean? There's stuff you want.
Totally.
You want. Yeah, there's just stuff you want and stuff that's like helpful.
You know something? I forgot. I was gonna bring it out with every guest, and I forgot. But there's this really cool thing called Brave Gowns. This awesome lady Summer started it. We become friends, and so she makes like gowns.
Gosh.
Like I have like a King's Hockey one. I have like a Wonder Woman one. I was gonna have everyone sign it. If you want to go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
I didn't
That's the
have
thing
everyone
too.
else do it,
I
but, like,
didn't want to be wearing.
Yeah, I was like,
the hospital gowns, but you have to wear them.
Yeah, exactly.
But I remember being like, can I wear something else?
It like opens. It originally was like all for children.
Yeah.
But it's like, great to help us out too. It can open up on here. They can access like all the things.
The ports and
yeah,
everything.
it's pretty
Wow,
cool. So that's like some
amazing.
of the things that we partner with and like put on our registry that, again, like whether you have cancer or not, most people know someone or are affected by it or, have had a liver transplant.
Yes, a lot of people, it's very common to get not really.
So thanks for sharing that with us.
Yeah, no, but it's one of those things where you don't realize like what you need and then you're in it, and so this is like, it's like having like a big sister like company.
And then the other element of what I was gonna say is like, so there's recommendations, product, services, things you can put on your registry or just ask for donations, but then another like huge piece of our website is resources. So like when like the free tattoo removery, or a big thing is cold capping. I talked about that earlier with Grace Helbig. She did cold capping through chemo, where it like freezes your hair follicles to try to help prevent you from hair loss. But it's like not covered by insurance. It worked. Like she still lost some hair. It's like I think people. I don't know a ton about it because I didn't do it.
Yeah.
But like it worked to the extent that like she didn't lose all of her hair. She wasn't bald. Right. And I mean, I think she looked great at every stage of her hair.
Of course. Yeah.
But yeah, so it's pretty amazing, and it really can relieve, for some people that's really, a huge part of their identity that's being taken.
Yeah.
But it's not covered by insurance and things like that. And it's expensive.
Yeah.
So something like that, like there's other, nonprofit partners that we partner with that like help with maybe subsidizing that for a patient. Or like we've had someone who had a registry on wegotthis.org. She ended up like thinking she'd be almost done and then had a recurrence, and she literally couldn't pay rent the next month. So, we can only fund something, but then we have all these partners to help find that place. Like a big thing we're investing in next is being able to like really make it so searchable for like anything that you might need that, another nonprofit, that might be their sole mission is like helping people through cold capping, for instance.
Yeah. I just think that's like incredible. And it truly is like, that's the other thing too. Everybody wants to help, and people are always like, what can I do? What can I do? And then you feel, and even like, obviously like I've been through my own like health stuff, but whenever all this like happened, immediately I'm like, well, first of all, like I'll come be with you. But before that, I'm just sending her like comfy clothes and like socks and then, but I'm like, what else like could she need? But this is just, it's truly an amazing thing. And then also like in our healthcare in America, don't even get me started. Don't get me started on that. But it's like terrible. And so then it's like this is where then like you are doing an amazing thing to kind of like help with a lot of that. Because, yeah, a lot of it is just like, well, all of my money is going to these hospital bills. And so, yep, I could use some money to pay my rent. Like, that's
like the necessities and then also like leaving room to feel human and all that too.
Of course.
So
I loved what you were saying,
should be
too,
part of
about like, being just like wanting to go see live music in a Broadway show, like just, you know what I mean? And I even
You're like
when my
comedy
friend,
shows
my
and
friend,
stuff.
she was like going through chemo, and then she was like, she was like going to see comedy shows, and I was like, really? Like you're going, like I was like, oh okay, like that's something you like want to do, and then I was also like, okay. Then obviously when I come with you, I'll just be doing my jokes.
I know. So tell
I'll
us
just
more
be-
about
yeah.
you're
I
hilarious
know.
and like
Oh.
what other stuff are you working on right now and like all the things.
I mean, I'll just show up anywhere and do
Just
comedy.
talk and be funny.
I'll just go anywhere where there's like people listening. No, I'm trying to think of what I'm up to. I think
Is your stuff more stand up or improv?
well, I do kind of a combination of both. My
Yeah.
sweet spot is like combining sketch, improv, and stand up. So I have like some characters that I do that do stand up comedy.
Yes.
That to me is like the most fun. I have this guy character I do. His name's Danny Beckman. And he does stand up, and he's like, you know, the most classic like open mic comic.
Yeah.
But that I found is so fun because sometimes it's scary to be yourself.
Yeah.
And
Well, I met Bob Duca earlier.
Uh-huh.
Do you know? I'm not gonna break character. Bob has a lot of ailments and is like a hypochondriac. So
Oh.
he told us all things he would register for. He has things like hyperlactose sensitivity.
Okay, this is like a bit.
A bit. Yeah. So he like gave
I
us
was
a
like,
cue.
I'm
Sorry.
very
I didn't expect.
hypochondriac too, yeah.
I thought that you.
I don't know.
I think
him.
he does it on Comedy Bang Bang, right? Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Bob.
No worries.
I'm
Sorry.
sorry. I
I assume
can't keep up with all the
I assume
podcasts.
all you
Well,
funny
look, I
people
will
know
say-
each other.
No, I will say this: when you do comedy, this is why I'm like kind of deranged. I mean, obviously I do. You know, I'm deranged because I do comedy, or I don't know if it's the other way around.
It's the illicit name. It's fine. I understand.
When I am like at home late at night, like to fall asleep, I'm not watching comedy. I'm watching like Law and Order SVU. Like that lulls me to sleep. And because I'm like, if I was to be like listening to comedy all the time and watching it, then my brain is being like activated. I'm like, oh wow, what a funny joke. How did they think of that? Like, you know, so I have to watch like really dark, sad, true crime drama, just the saddest things in the world.
Well,
to
like
wind
musicians,
down.
like I feel like
Yeah.
Eric runs to podcasts rather than like music.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I'm wondering, do musicians listen to music? Well, they probably do.
I mean, I bet they have to.
They
at some
have
point.
to. Yeah. But anyways,
But yeah, it's a fair point.
But yeah, I love to do that because I just found doing like when I first started doing stand up, I was only going to like one. There was this like one comedy club that I thought it was like the only club in the world, and it was like just the broiest club, and I would be trying to do my jokes about like my period, and nobody was laughing, and I was like, come on, this is funny, and then like after going there all the time, I was like, what if I was just like a bro myself, you know? And then I have this other character that's like an older Christian stand-up comedian lady who's like, it's like an homage to all my favorite 90s Vegas comedians who are just
nice.
sometimes the punchline is just sort of like walking around and like doing like a pose like that's so
You had me
yeah.
at 90s.
Yeah,
Literally, like
90s
anything
Vegas,
90s, just like yeah.
It was, and like sometimes the punchline is just like doing this with your face, like, you know, like. So I guess you can't really listen to my comedy because you have to see it.
Yeah.
Too, a lot of
Are you performing anywhere coming up that we should
I
know
do.
about?
Yeah, I have some shows closing out the year. I have a sketch show on December 11th at UCB.
Oh, awesome.
And I'm doing some clowning at the Elysian on December 16th
right next door.
with Chad. He's like the clown boss. I don't even know what that show is yet. I think it's just sort of like, I don't know what it is, but it's gonna be fun.
Oh, I'm
But
excited.
yeah, so the 11th. Oh, I have a show on Friday at the Lyric.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This Friday.
This Friday.
So check
man.
it
Let's
out.
Go.
Check
Let's
out
go.
Alyssa Sabo.
Yeah,
Let's
I
go
don't know
hang
what I'm
out
gonna
and
do.
watch some comedy.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, we're right next to the Elysian right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grace Helbig is doing her new stand-up set about her cancer experience. She did it. I was gonna go. It was like 2 days after my last surgery, and Eric made me not go.
Well,
yeah, I know.
that's pretty good. Hey, you can rest.
I bought tickets. I really planned on going.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh. Wait, when did you last have surgery?
I had surgery a few weeks ago.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
If I were you, I would be bedridden still. I really milked that.
This
I've
is too
had a lot
fun.
of surgery. But you're amazing and so like
well, if people
energetic.
come hang out and chat with me and play with my fun, partnership toys and all these
This
things.
is really
right?
Wait, is
some
that a
fun stuff.
phone?
This is a phone.
Oh my
speaking of
gosh.
90s, right?
That's really
You're trying to find the
amazing.
clear one that we had, like growing, like the
Right,
yeah,
where you could see all of
couldn't
the
find it.
wires.
Yeah, but this really,
I love that.
That's
Are
going in my
those
personal
lips?
stash. They're lips. Yeah.
Wow, purple lips. Okay.
So
That's
you guys see
really
the
good.
set design.
I know. I
Thank
feel
you,
like
team.
I'm just. This is
I know.
amazing.
I appreciate you coming out so much. Would love to stay in touch, come see your shows and stuff. If anyone's going, message us so we can all go hang out.
Wow, party. Thank you guys. This
Thank
is awesome.
you.
Thank you so much.
So good to see you, meet you in person. Wow, this is fun. It's funny because Alyssa's the opposite of Jimmy Pardo because because you're so tall. I'm gonna get a break. I got this sign. I think that's what the industry means is break. So I'd take a break. We'll see you in a little bit. I think there's some videos and fun stuff. If you haven't yet, text 50155. Text We Got This to 51050. Text We Got This.
This is why you need a break.
50155. Thanks, guys.
Sometimes it's hard to ask for help when you don't know just where to start.
People want to help. It just restores my faith in humanity a little bit.
Feeling numb, feeling overwhelmed. This is not what you signed up for.
It's a hard word to hear, and it's a hard road ahead.
It's alright if you're scared.
People really do want to do good.
You know we will be there. We can make it through the next part, and the next part, and the next part. Even when it seems it's too far, it's too far, it's too far. Just know you'll never be alone, no matter how hard it gets, 'cause we got this. We got this. We got this. We got this. When the pressure's pushing down, you should know nothing is too heavy if you let us share the load. Yeah, it's alright to be scared. We want you to know we will always be there. We can make it through the next part, and the next part, and the next part. Even when it seems it's too far, it's too far, it's too far. Just know you'll never be alone, no matter how hard it gets, 'cause we got this. We got this. We got this. We got this. We can make it through the next part and the next part. Even when it seems it's too far, it's too far, it's too far. We'll be there with you side by side for the journey up ahead. We'll shine the light in the darkest night for whatever we're up against. Just know you'll never be alone, no matter how hard it gets, 'cause we got this. 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 We got this.
help. It just restores my faith in humanity a little bit.
Feeling numb, feeling overwhelmed. This is not what you signed up for.
It's a hard word to hear, and it's a hard road ahead.
It's alright if you're scared.
People really do want to do good.
You know we will be there. We can make it through the next part, and the next part, and the next part. Even when it seems it's too far, it's too far, it's too far. Just know you'll never be alone, no matter how hard it gets, 'cause we got this. We got this. We got this. We got this. When the pressure's pushing down, you should know nothing is too heavy if you let us share the load. Yeah, it's alright to be scared. We want you to know we will always be there. We can make it through the next part, and the next part, and the next part. Even when it seems it's too far, it's too far, it's too far. Just know you'll never be alone, no matter how hard it gets, 'cause we got this. We got this. We got this. We got this. We can make it through the next part, and the next part. Even when it seems it's too far, it's too far, it's too far. We'll be there with you side by side for the journey ahead. We'll shine the light in the darkest night for whatever we're up against. Just know you'll never be alone, no matter how hard it gets, 'cause we got this. 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 Sometimes it's hard to ask for help when you don't know just where to start.
People want to help. It just restores my faith in humanity a little bit.
Feeling numb, feeling overwhelmed. This is not what you signed up for.
It's a hard word to hear, and it's a hard road ahead.
It's alright if you're scared.
People really do want to do good.
You know we will be there. We can make it through the next part, and the next part, and the next part. Even when it seems it's too far, it's too far, it's too far. Just know you'll never be alone, no matter how hard it gets, 'cause we got this. We got this. We got this. We got this. When the pressure's pushing down, you should know nothing is too heavy if you let us share the load. Yeah, it's alright to be scared. We want you to know we will always be there. We can make it through the next part, and the next part, and the next part. Even when it seems it's too far, it's too far. We got this. We got this. We got this. We got this. We can make it through the next part and the next part. Even when it seems it's too far, it's too far, it's too far. We'll be there with you side by side for the journey ahead. We'll shine the light in the darkest night for whatever we're up against. Just know you'll never be alone, no matter how hard it gets, 'cause we got this. 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 We're with you side by side. We're with you side by side. We got this. Sometimes it's hard to ask for help when you don't know just where to start.
People want to help. It just restores my faith in humanity a little bit.
Feeling numb, feeling overwhelmed. This is not what you signed up for.
It's a hard word to hear, and it's a hard road ahead.
It's alright if you're scared.
People really do want to do good.
Want you to know we will be there. We can make it through the next part and the next part and the next part. Even when it seems it's too far, it's too far, it's too far. Just know you'll never be alone, no matter how hard it gets, 'cause we got this. We got this. We got this. We got this. When the pressure's pushing down, you should know nothing is too heavy if you let us share the load. Yeah, it's alright to be scared. We want you to know we will always be there. We can make it through the next part and the next part and the next part. Even when it seems it's too far, it's too far, it's too far. Just know you'll never be alone, no matter how hard it gets, 'cause we got this. We got this. We got this. We got this. We can make it through the next part and the next part. Even when it seems it's too far, it's too far, it's too far. We'll be there with you side by side for the journey ahead. We'll shine the light in the darkest night for whatever we're up against. Just know you'll never be alone, no matter how hard it gets, 'cause we got this.
Hey, we are back on. Yeah. It is echoing in my ear. Oh, there we go. I couldn't even say that without, like, it was like thinking of two people at once. We're almost halfway through? 45 minutes from being halfway through. Are we halfway to our fundraising goal yet? Almost. We're almost halfway to our $100,000 goal. Friendly reminder, this $100,000 goal is because 3 years ago when I started this idea, we raised $100,000 in the GoFundMe, which really showed how many people had this need, to facilitate giving and receiving in the hard times. And now we are 100,000 away from raising $1 million. And we've been doing a ton of stuff. One of my favorite things that we've been working on lately is with a company called Trophy Smack. If you watch Shark Tank, which I really don't know anyone who doesn't, they were on Shark Tank. They got a deal with Mark Cuban. They make these awesome chains, championship belts, bling rings. They just came out with this new goat line and sent me this trophy that I take everywhere with me. So we have one of the founders of Trophy Smack, Dax Holt, on the line here. Is he on yet, or should I keep talking? Oh, there he is. There's that handsome fella. Hey, Dax, how's it going?
Hello. How are you?
I am so good, because the best part of this was a core memory, was surprising Glozell and Grace Helbig with necklaces of their faces. So thank you.
I loved it. I was watching some of the clips that I saw up on your Instagram page. And that's honestly one of our new products. You were the first one to have them in your hands. I love it.
I am so honored. I've been, you guys have been so gracious with donations and products and all these things. And if you can't tell, I'm blinged out. I'm pretty, I really genuinely enjoy it myself. I was so excited when we got connected, which was originally because of the golf tournament we do every year in my hometown of Andover, Mass. And it was just for trophies, for the event. And when we connected and I came out and Jillian and I were there in person at your headquarters, you had mentioned to us that you had, some of these bling belts that you wanted to donate. And, we were like, well, we would love to surprise patients with these. And so you guys have been customizing these. It says, cancer sucks. We got this on them. And we've been surprising people, all over the place. And we plan to continue. It's been honestly they've appreciated it so much, but it's been a joy of my life. So thank you.
No, I love it. And it was funny because I remember that conversation like it was just yesterday, and how I was telling you, we have been trying to give these away because I really, wanted to give them to a company that would use them for cancer patients, people recovering, whatever it was. That was really where I saw them going. And I think they were so cool. But I think because they're such big over-the-top products, no one believed my emails that I wanted to give away these products to them. They were like, I'm going to ignore this email. I wanted to give back to the community. I wanted to give to people that truly have fought the biggest battle of their life and won. And those are true champions. And so I'm so happy that we've been able to connect and to keep this partnership going. And watching your videos when you're giving away our belts to people, it really is heartwarming. It brings a tear to my eye to see these people get these belts, because it really does mean a lot. This is not an easy battle people are up against.
Yeah, and you're a badass survivor, thriver yourself. You had melanoma removed, right? How long ago was that?
This has been a year and 3 months now. They had found
oh wow, so that was super. Yeah, that
was
super
pretty
recent when
yeah.
we met. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so they had found it on my shoulder, took a huge chunk of skin out. Obviously done all the other tests and everything, but found clean edges after all was said and done. And so my cancer journey was a lot different from a lot of people's. Obviously mine was a little quicker and easier, but nevertheless very scary, especially when you got little kids running around at home.
Absolutely. And in general, unfortunately, I don't think any of us are not affected by cancer in some way. And it's the kind of thing that I know for me, and having a 4-year-old daughter, and she was turning 1 at the time I was diagnosed, is really embracing the fact that I want her to see me living with it. I don't want her to learn about it just from the negative side of things, which obviously we hate cancer, but it's pretty cool to be able to celebrate life's moments too. And there's a lot of that along the way of thriving through this. And so you guys have just been so much fun. We did the Scott Fish Bowl fundraising event for the fantasy football draft, which I love coming to your office anytime because there's a bowling alley and a bar upstairs. So I'm like, oh, we must go meet with Trophy Smack again, But that was such a fun day. And then when we came out to pick up the donation amount, you guys doubled it for us. So you guys did a $10,000 donation towards our mission, which I can't tell you how much that means to us and how many people that's been impacting on top of the fact of us being able to surprise people with so much of this awesome swag. So just
I mean,
sincerely,
that's
thank you.
it keeps us going. We love it. We love being in partnership with you. I can't tell you again how much I love watching your videos. It's, I'm not obviously able to be there while you're giving out these belts, but being able to be a part of it and know that that I had some hand in it is really cool.
I mean, big time. The difference too, I think that a lot of people don't think about, and I hear this a lot from fellow, patients, survivors, thrivers, is the idea that like they're really comfortable asking for stereotypical cancer treatment products. So like most people are comfortable asking for a wig or a blanket, or socks, but they're not really comfortable asking for, a WWE blinged out championship belt. And I think that they should be. I think that they should ask for concert tickets. I think they should go to football games. And I mean, hockey's been a big thing for me. I go to the LA Kings as much as I can. Just getting out and feeling energized by the things that we felt normal and human with before cancer shouldn't change through it. And I think that that's where we align so much of why it couldn't just be like trophies for a golf tournament. I'm like, we got to be doing all this stuff. And so the most recent thing you guys also donated was I have my book coming out. We're in pre-sale for it. And so, as you know, we're doing some like pre-sale incentives. And if you donate $500, and if you guys, have donated or are donating on our site today and you want it to go towards it, just, shoot us a message. Or you can see it on wegotthis.org or lissacalver.com. You guys created these super custom boxes. So those
are some pretty sweet ring boxes right there.
These are some pretty sweet ring boxes. So this was your guys' idea, which I love. Can you guys see it? Okay, so it's numbered. Like this one is 23 of 25, but like I love the presentation. I'm making sure it's lined up. So like these ring boxes, where should I look? Okay, here, I'm gonna look straight ahead. Sorry. When you open it, it has its own LED light. And it's
it's like it's hard to see on the camera, but it literally has a little light inside. So when you open it up, the championship ring just starts glistening. It's really cool.
It's so good. So yeah, you can see the light there, and then it's a custom box, so they're one of a kind. We only made 25 of them. I say we like I had a hand in that, I was there bowling and drinking high noons upstairs while they were making these. But they are so cool. If you don't make a $500 donation, you get a piece of We Got This history and get to do a lot towards helping us surprise, more patients and thrivers and survivors. So we plan on doing a whole lot more with the belts and the chains and all the stuff. And I love hanging out with you guys. I'd be remiss if we weren't on a phone call with a live audience to not bring up the fact that Dax was on TMZ.
That is true. That is
It's
true.
true.
There would be people like, why do I recognize him? That's what it is.
If you
Like,
recognize
he is
him,
a
it's
TMZ.
it's probably TMZ and Shark Tank, and I love that because our vibe's pretty 90s. Like we did last year when we launched the registry, we did a huge 90s party. It was like my dream come true. We had like probably over 30 different friends filtering in and out of sets doing 90s covers with like playing live, and it was all we reimagined the Max from Saved by the Bell, like all that stuff. And so our color scheme and stuff kind of plays into that. So I don't know, I think when I think of childhood, I think of Dax on TMZ and TRL.
Listen, you know how to have fun. That's what, that is what's fun about you. I did want to ask you, because obviously you are fulfilling a lot of these registries, these dreams, these wishes, whatever, are just basic items. What has been like the most fun registry item for you to fulfill?
Ooh, well, I'll say the most asked for item are Squishmallows.
Okay.
So those are like the squishy things. In terms of fulfilling something, oh man, this is a good question. You know what I got recently? I mentioned this earlier. I ordered a Liquid Death flask. I just put water in it. Because I'll sometimes just go to chemo with like Liquid Death or this, and people think I'm drinking and I'm not, and it's fun. I think it's funny. So I think that's a little quirky one. Do you have any thoughts or like things you would register
No,
for?
I was just curious what people
Oh,
have put on their registry that they're like this, that maybe you thought, oh, I didn't think I'd be, helping them get this, but this is a really cool, fun item that someone wanted.
okay, there was something. Thank you for giving me that second to vamp while I thought of it. So someone gifted me Lego flowers like 2 years ago.
Okay.
And
I've seen those. Those are cool.
Yeah, they're really cool. We actually have some right here. This is like a Lego orchid. And what I loved about the Lego flowers was, one, I'm not a huge fan of getting flowers because like they die, and I don't, it's like pretty, but then it's kind of like a bit of a hassle, to clean up. It's a little bit of a downer. Also, when someone's going through treatment or super immunocompromised, it's not the best to get them like fresh plants or flowers. So the Lego ones, we've had it in the middle of our table for 2 years now. And so we mentioned it to a friend who actually works at Lego. And we partnered up with the Viewpoint School in Calabasas and did this whole Lego building day of like this orchid that I have, like all these different ones. And so we've been starting to deliver those. It's like a good dichotomy to championship belts. It's like something soft, like a flower. It's something like
I
the
like it.
Undertaker. Yeah, and it's been really fun. Not only delivering them, we usually give them like a built one, so they can enjoy it, but then also give them one they can build themselves. And I found it like really relaxing and therapeutic and stuff. So next time I come out, maybe we can build some Legos together too.
Yeah, I love it. I think that's really fun. I think obviously, like, I've gone with a couple of my friends to their chemo appointments and stuff like that, and you're always like playing cards or doing something to pass the time, and building some Lego flowers would be a pretty fun, awesome activity as well.
Well, anytime you want to come hang at chemo, we'll show up like this, which I probably will. I'm bringing Annie with me. I have chemo tomorrow, and I'm bringing my friend Annie, who's on the live stream earlier. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to bring the GOAT trophy. I think.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So this is really a treasure here. So I'll and I gave Annie the GOAT chain, so I'm gonna have her wear that.
Good.
And,
Good.
You'll expect a text from me.
Love it. Listen, if you're showing up to chemo and all that bling, it does demand a lot of attention, and I bet a lot of comments as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I get compliments on this. I mean, because I wear the ring like every time we do an event or something like that, and it's actually like all my headshots now have the "We Got This" ring, like whatever context it's there. So thanks for just being like a staple of "We Got This," but also a staple of how I've been living with cancer. And you guys never getting rid of me because this is way too much fun. We got our 90s logo right here. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. It makes me so happy. So thank you for letting us be a part of your journey.
Yes, please tell Matt and Kevin and the whole crew we say hi, and we'll come out to practice some more bowling soon. We love you guys.
Sounds good. Anytime, you're always welcome.
Thank you. And likewise out here. It's at my house, so it's a little bit different. But come over to our HQ anytime. And thank you for everything, Dax. Been a blast chatting more.
Thank you.
All right, we'll see you soon. Let's see. So we got Dax in there. Oh, the next one. I gotta get prepared. That was fun, right? Did you guys see this? This is the 90s logo we did. Our friend Meg Levitt was actually who designed the original "We Got This" logo. And then when we were doing the 90s party, we were like, can we do something fun and reimagined? And we did obviously a spin on MTV, and don't hate us for it. We're a nonprofit. We don't have a lot of money, so just let it slide. But it's been a fun logo to use. So as I put away my giant bling belt, I am super excited to announce our next guest. He is not only a very close family friend, he's a fellow Thriver. He is just amazing, and I always have a blast with him, so I'm excited for you guys to get to meet him too. Welcome to my living room, Paul Green. Good morning. I know. Good evening. I didn't even tell them what you did, so now buried the lead, right?
Well, make sure you get a picture of my shoes. That's
Oh, can you guys see that?
Can you lift your leg up, Paul? Oh, thank you. I'm the oldest guy here. He wants me to
So there's
Did you get it?
there is nothing I love more than being on brand, and